I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been taken out, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Did you have a good day, Greg? Chris? PrimeNet, what's up? Thomas, did you guys have a good day? I had a pretty good day. It was all right. I got a lot of stuff done today. Did you watch my short? If you didn't, I'm going to play it for you right now. We're going to start off on a good note. Can everybody hear me, first of all, before we start? One person, Greg, Greg, I trust you. Can you hear me? I know I still sound echoey. I got to get some more furniture in here and put stuff on the walls. Sounds great. Thank you, Greg. Welcome to all the members. You know how many members we have? 1,077. Holy crap. That's a lot of people. I'm going to lose 800 members next month. That's what that means. So let's get into it. I have several things planned. I have a long Trump thing. And probably every time I have my broadcast, we're going to cover some long thing that Trump did, right? We have to. As my homie, I never met him. I think if I met him, I might pass out. I think I could probably keep together, maybe. Okay, let me do this real quick so we can get we might get to the protests tonight. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a space. I can't stay up until 2 a.m. every day, guys, with the space. I do like the spaces, but man, some of these guys like Rocco, like that guy Rocco, he does like 12-hour spaces. I can't do that. I could do a couple hours, but instead of saying goodbye for 30 minutes, I think it's better that I just like dramatically close it, right? So I like to do that. I like a dramatic close, but I have to have it into my show. Speaking of my show, let me tell you all that if your name is green and you're trying to figure out what the hell that means because you don't know, you are a member. Somebody, probably Spin City News, shout out to Spin City. Somebody probably gifted you a sub. Or Greg. Greg gifts a lot of subs in here. I am not leaving YouTube. No, of course not. I am only shifting my more controversial stream parts of my stream to Rumble only, as to protect my channel from the dreaded YouTube algorithm. I will still be posting all my shorts. Today I did two shorts today. I think I did 2 shorts today, or one yesterday and one today. Anyways, they're both on Rumble and YouTube. Hey, if you want to watch them both places, that would be pretty cool. I don't have very many followers on Rumble like I do. It's different. Rumble, I don't think the follower count really matters that much. We have a couple members. We have some emojis and things like that. So we also have a members only Discord. We have over 200 members. It gets spicy sometimes. There are a few rules, but not that many. You got to be respectful. It's not really a safe space, but it should be a friendly, fun space for the community just to get to know each other. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. If you got controversial opinions that you want to post or you want to dog somebody out, just do it to their face. Just go to X and message them or turn on your camera and get them into a little room and you tell them right to their face. Don't post. You know what I'm talking about if you were in the Discord. It gets kind of spicy in the Discord, guys. Generally speaking, I don't mind it. But when I have 13, 14 of our female members messaging me all at the same time that they're all offended, well, I have to look into it, right? So, Katie Cat, you definitely are a member and you definitely get a chance to go to the Discord. So if you don't know how to get to the Discord, somebody with a green or a blue name, blues are my mods, they will help you. You go to my community page on my channel and you find a post from me and there's going to be a link. It's going to discord.gg and then some numbers and letters. You'll find it. Also, let me know if that link expires because they're only good for a certain time. Yes, Ginger Shepherd, and now I am still banned on X for another 2 hours because I told Brian Crastenson where he could go do something to himself, and that location that I told him just happened to be one of the boats coming through the waters that Pete Hegseth has been having close encounters with. You know what I mean? I told him he should go there and then do that to himself. So that's why I was banned. See how I did that? And I told you exactly what I said without saying it? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all age. No kids shit. Keep your kids away from me. 18 and plus in my channel. The following broadcast is for entertainment purposes only. If you learn something, that's on you. I am not responsible for your actions or your lack of a spine. If something I say offends you, I suggest you go watch somebody softer than me. I am not for everybody. I am the edgy, late night version of what goes on in the day on YouTube, like the Matt Morris and the Benny and all the nice, friendly, happy people. I'm not one of them. I realize that a lot of people work all day and they have jobs, construction, teacher, retail, liquor store, stripper, whatever. I don't judge. Whatever you do during the day, you might not have access to a TV. You don't know what's happening. So this is what we're doing. We're doing a nightly broadcast for a recap on YouTube of today's events, things that Trump said, things that I think is entertaining, and things that are factual things. Not so much, all the time funny, but very factual things. Something you can put on your TV when you're just getting home and get yourself a little drinky drink or a little smoky smoke or whatever you like to do. Diet Dr. Pepper and a Kit Kat bar, whatever it is. And you kick back and you're going to watch my show. It's going to be only for a certain number of hours. I don't know, maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, but I'm going to try to do this every night. So thank you for being here. Please smash the like button. You want me to do my Temu Nick Merckx real quick? Hold on. I'll do it because I saw him earlier online and he was looking extra jackassery today. He was looking right. Oh, he was looking like a real big pain in the ass today. So here we go. Like the video. Hey, bro. You didn't work out today, bro? How much protein have you had today, bro? How many sets did you do, bro? Huh? I didn't do that. You did that. I had nothing to do with that. You did that. You're the one that sat there and ate McDonald's and got like that. I was doing sets, bro. Okay, all right. I can't do that anymore. How does he do that? Like all the time? That's how he lives all the time. What a schmuck. Okay, see, I can say schmuck. Certain things you can't say on YouTube, I found out. Did you know that thing that if it has an apple, it has a banana, but the other way you say it, like the more profound with, something is a something, right? You can't say that on YouTube. I did not know that. I did not know you could not say that. You can't say you can't say the R word. I called that stupid woman Dr. R. Doe a lot. Oh no. So I can't do that. So that's why once we get to the late night after hours broadcast, which we're already live on Rumble. The only thing that we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to be turning off the YouTube stream if and when we switch over to Portland ICE protesting with Tommy. And what that's going to do, that's going to do something for both of us. Number one, it's going to protect me and my channel from morons, people who don't like me, have some sort of personal vendetta against me because they're jealous, because they're an untalented slob who can't make content for themselves. So they have to demean other people to get that content. These people, jealousy is a really ugly evil. You know what I mean? Now, Dr. Fish says Tommy is back. Is he back? Let's see if he's back before I say anything. And it's still early for Tommy to be out there. It's only 4:19. I'm not going to say it's only 4:19 in Portland. So let me pull Tommy's page up, and I'm going to put it up on my other screen, and then we're going to monitor. And if he goes live, we will switch over to Rumble and go, asking you. I don't know. He's on vacation for several days with his wife. So maybe, I don't know. I am He was in the Discord. By the way, Tommy is a member of the private members Discord. So is Rebel. So are many people that you would find to be in the mainstream of this situation that we're doing. So if you want to be in the same Discord with them and you're a member, just come on over. Even Greg, you get to talk to Greg. You might even see Greg's incredible man beard that I'm so jealous of. Greg, I can't grow that. I get to like right here and I'm like, and I have to do it like a little thing, right? I just can't. I wish I could, man. So yeah, I wasn't going to say that, Thomas, because I'm not sure if YouTube is going to freak out about that. But guys, the thing is it's going to be like a switch that flips. Boom. I'm going to share the link to Rumble. Okay, let's say Tommy goes live right now. Let's just say, well, it's not going to happen. We have hours of content. Let's say Tommy is going to go live right now with the Portland Ice, and there's going to be a protest and a fight, and somebody's going to use the F word and the R word and all kinds of crazy stuff, you know? It's going to get heated. There's going to be this kind of thing happening and this kind of thing happening and this kind of thing happening and, you know, fisticuffs. You know what I mean? When we're on Rumble, I can say and do and watch and put up pretty much anything. I no longer have to mute for music. I ain't even worried about that. If it gets hot and heavy with the fisticuffs, then no problem. We can watch it in its entirety. And if you've ever been to Rumble, you know that the sound and the picture are better, aren't they? Chat, is the sound and the picture better on Rumble? I don't think Tommy's going to be back tonight. He will message me or text me probably when he's like back. He probably will. I would just guess. I'm just guessing. He didn't say he would, but he probably will. Right. So we're not switching. We're pulling a Steven Crowder. And this was Greg's idea. But Steven Crowder is the king of doing this. We are going to do this. It is very appropriate for me to cover the news and your daily update now on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Right now we're live on those three. That's what I'm going to do. Those three, X and Kick. It's just not worth my effort. Okay. It's just not worth my time. I have to worry about too much already. So YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. When it's time to go to the protest and IRL stuff and craziness that I can't control, YouTube stream stops. We will, way before that, post the link and pin it directly to the stream, not to my channel, but to the stream. All you gotta do is click the link when it's time and you will be directed to the Rumble stream. It's seamless. It's the same thing. In the meantime, here is my Rumble. I will pin it while we're watching this stuff. Okay, I'll pin it. So if you don't understand how Rumble works and you're new to all this and you watch me on your TV, don't worry. Rumble also has a TV app. You should probably go at some point in the early broadcast and get that set up. You don't have to, it's definitely not any money, but you don't even have to log in. It's just, I was trying to tell my parent, I was trying to tell my mom, it's just like YouTube. It's literally just like YouTube. You go there, you click the link, you watch it. You can like, you can subscribe. Instead of subscribing, you follow. Instead of a membership, it's a subscription over there. It's the same thing. You comment, you watch the video, exactly the same. The major difference is they don't have shorts. It's all the same video. That's the only difference I can. Also, it's a free speech platform, so we can say and do. Are we members there? I don't think, the membership doesn't carry over, but there are memberships there. But the pricing, I've been trying to adjust the pricing, but every time I click on it, it says it can't load it and there's an internal error. So that's a them problem. So I'm just waiting for them. So I won't be offended if you don't join as a member. We're going to make them pretty cheap. As cheap as I try to make them as cheap as I possibly can. So we have 1,077 members. And it's crazy because a fraction of them, maybe 200 or 300 are in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, get the link. Somebody with a green name can help you. Definitely with a blue name. That's a mod. If you want to go ahead and watch on Rumble, and so you're used to it, go ahead. You can watch my entire broadcast on Rumble. No problem. I'm just saying that I'm going to have to turn off the YouTube because honestly, I'm going to tell you straight up. Every single last thing that Tommy says can get me unmonetized indefinitely, like my buddy over at Spin City News got. And I have been making videos way too long, and I have worked way too hard and producing content to let that happen, okay? So we're going to start with my short from today. It's 1:14. You're going to love it. If you haven't watched it yet, you're going to see it live right now with me. You ready?
Ask everyone to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10.
10. 10. 10.
10.
I'm a 10 and I think everyone's a 10.
I'm a 10 as well.
Yeah, definitely a 10.
A 10.
Everybody here is a 10. A 10?
I'm definitely a 10.
10.
10.
10.
Say 10, yeah.
People in the back?
I'm a 10. Easy a 10.
Okay.
Say I'm a 10 out of a 10.
I'm a 10.
10 easily.
Okay.
10.
Solid 10.
I am a 10.
Go ahead.
10. A 10.
10.
I'm a 10.
I'm a 10 out of 10.
I'm a 10.
I'm 10.
Nick?
I'm a 10.
I'm a 10.
10.
I'm a 10.
Fucking 10.
What the fuck? Oh! No. No, you're not. What the fuck? Oh. Come on, man. I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm leaving.
That was my short for the day. Wasn't that good? Didn't you like that? I made you watch it. Now watch this. Watch this. Oh, Trump. Ah, yeah. I got you. I set you up on that one. Did you like that? I'm your biggest fan. I don't have fans. You know what's really weird, guys? I have to tell you this. I really mean this too. It's really hard for me to be liked. I know that sounds crazy because usually people say it's really hard for me to be disliked. I'd like to be liked. But spending so many years as a bad guy in wrestling, and I mean, I wrestled like 2 to 3 times a week, every week for like over a decade straight. Like I wrestled so much. Sometimes I wrestled like 10 times in 1 week. Being a bad guy every time. I am absolutely not used to so many people liking me. I've almost told all of you off like 5 or 6 times already. I just have to stop myself, like, stop. Don't be such a heel. I mean, I almost told my whole Discord to go after themselves, you know? Like twice. I mean, I've almost like you don't understand how hard it is for me. That's why I don't like to accept gifts and I don't like to accept things. I mean, if you want to tip me, that's amazing. I will never ask for your super chat or your membership. If we become friends and you're a part of the community, I'll end up sending you the link to the Discord probably privately. I mean, honestly, like, it's just the reason I have it gated, the Discord, I have it gated behind a membership is to keep out some of the trolls. That's really the only reason. So I don't get Antifa overrun. It's like the Wild Wild West with you know, things like that. So it's just really hard because I mean, I did it for 17 years, solid, straight, 17 years. It was my entire life. I live, breathe, eat, sleep, everything pro wrestling for like almost 2 decades as a bad guy. So, I mean, it was my goal to make the whole room hate me. Now all of you like me, and I find that to be very hard to deal with. I guess I'm trying to get better at it. T-Sply is helping me a lot, be like relaxed and chill with it. He's giving me a lot of good advice, but I'm really, really good at, I could piss all of you off right now and my viewership would drop to 0. And I would be so happy about it for like 5 seconds. And then I would be like, oh crap, what did I do? But I got to try to be some sort of like a in-betweener baby face, sort of half, like Stone Cold, you know, right? Like the trolls really hate me, but the fans really love me. And it's like the other guys hate me, but then the fans are like in my corner, but then I break the rules and I'm a jerk ass and I say crap that's mean and inconsiderate, but you guys love it. That's what I'm trying to mold this into. It's got to be something here. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you, Phyllis. It's super simple, and actually, the screen. Honestly, the video quality and the sound quality is better on Rumble. It is straight up. Carla, that's another thing. I am not used to girls spending money on me. That is ass backwards. I'm used to. I've been single a long time, but it's very, very strange. This is a very strange thing for me. Thank you so much, Carla. It's very generous of you. Now I have 1,000. Wait, can I do third grade math? 1,082 members. I always call them subs. Some girls, hey, nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. That's funny. Well, Carla, that's very, 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 very generous of you. Okay, so earlier today, President Trump had this, and it says President Trump participates in a roundtable. Let's see what happens. This is a show. Hey, welcome to the show. Smash the like button. I try my best to give you some things to watch and a community to be a part of, and it's very new for me to have this many people. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We will get to the protest. Tommy's on vacation. It's cold and rainy and crappy in Portland, right? So eventually we'll get back out. We'll get to the warmer weather. We'll get through the holidays. We're gonna do a Hanukkah special because I'm Jewish. We're gonna do a Christian Christmas special. My mom celebrates that. My daughter I bought a Christmas tree. Now don't get mad. It's a white Christmas tree because we're going to go with white Christmas tree with like blue and silver decorations. So we also have the Christmas tree also serves, don't laugh at me, as a Hanukkah bush. That's not a real thing. I made that shit up, but that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a Hanukkah bush. So we're going to do it big time. I got my candles. See, let me show you. Do I have my candles readily available here? No, where are they? I know they're somewhere. Oh, there they are. See, I got my candles. Oh, wait, is it upside down? I got my candles. See? My sugar. I got my candles. So when it's time, we're gonna do all kinds of holiday festivities. I got a Santa hat. I got a Hanukkah Claus hat. Just wait. You have no idea. It's going to be amazing. I got a little Santa hat for my turtle. It's going to be great. All right, here we go.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an interesting day from the standpoint of news. As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, a large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people. Very excitingly for me and for the country, we've just launched the Trump Gold Card. It was about 30 minutes from now. The site goes up, and all funds go to the United States government. It could be a tremendous amount of money. It'll also be able to have people like this keep, as an example, just one example, there are a lot of examples, people just buying them. It's somewhat like a green card, but with big advantages over a green card. And companies are going to be able to go to the Wharton School of Finance, the Stern Business School, Harvard, MIT, wherever you may get your students, any school, and you're able to buy a card and keep that person in the United States, actually, so there's certainty, because I've heard from Tim Cook of Apple, and I've heard from a lot of people, some of the people at this table, that essentially in the United States you can't keep the student, you can't hire people from the best colleges because you don't know whether or not you can keep the person. They come and have the people get out, they throw the person out of the country, you graduate #1 from your college, and there's no way of guaranteeing, I guess you could say, there's no way of guaranteeing that they're able to stay in the country. Howard, maybe you'll give a little description of the Trump Gold Card, please.
Sure. So for an individual, it's $1 million, and for a corporation, it's $2 million. And as the president said, for a corporation, they spend $2 million. They can then have an employee, full vetting, the best vetting the government has ever done, $15,000 vetting to make sure these people absolutely qualify to be in America, absolutely qualify. And then the company can keep them here, and they have a path to citizenship, right? Obviously, they have to be perfect people in America, and having passed the vetting, after 5 years, they'll be available to become citizens, and then the corporation can put someone else on the card. So for a company, they can keep putting people on the card, one person per card, and for an individual, it's $1 million, and it's a gift to the United States of America to help America be great again under Donald Trump.
And it's really two gifts. It's a gift of getting somebody great coming into our country, because we think these will be some tremendous people that wouldn't be allowed to stay. You know, they graduate from college, they have to go back to India, they have
Tommy's live. I got to make sure I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know what he's going to say, but there it is right there. If you'd like to listen to that, this is how it's going to be, guys. Of course, I'm not going to switch over to Rumble right now. He's just giving a lawyer update, okay? If you want to watch it, though, he's live on X right now. Right above my head is his X handle, right? Go listen to it yourself. Don't be insulted by that, and I won't be upset if you leave. But I can't put, in case he starts talking to someone or things start popping off, I got to protect myself, okay? But that doesn't mean that I should rob you of something that you might want to hear. So, if you want to watch it, there it is. We're going to continue to watch the Trump thing and listen to that. But I invite you to go listen to Tommy if you'd like to know the update from court. There it is.
to go back to China, they have to go back to France, they have to go back to wherever they came from. Very hard to stay. It's a shame. It's ridiculous things. We're taking care of that. The companies are going to be very happy. I know Apple's going to be happy, but a lot of the companies, nobody talked to me more about it than Tim Cook. He said it's a real problem, and it's not going to be a problem anymore. As you know, they used to send people up to Canada and other places, other countries, so we solved that. And the other thing is it'll take in, we think, probably billions of dollars that will go to the Treasury of the United States, that will go to an account where we can do things positive for the country. So it'll be a great thing. We'll take in, I think, billions of dollars. Many billions of dollars, even.
Yeah, like
So that's,
the stream.
very exciting.
Subscribe to my channel if you're not.
The Trump accounts are doing really well. We have a man on my right, Michael Dell, who's an extraordinary person. His wife is even more extraordinary. I think I can say that. They have such a good relationship. You know, like she's an extraordinary person, right? Got a great wife. But they're two great people. And as you know, last week Michael contributed $6,250,000,000. And this is just something that's so special. So many people are in love with that. He understood it right from the beginning. It was his idea, and he understood it right from the beginning. Could you give maybe just a little description of why you loved it for such a long period of time, and we were able to get it through the great big beautiful bill, basically? That's how what gave us the authorization to do it. Michael, please.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So, when we first heard about this idea, the idea was that the government would give $1,000 to a newborn baby in an account that they would own, and it would go in essentially the S&P 500 and compound. And when the child becomes 18, they could use that money to go to college, to buy a home, to start a business, to continue saving. And I thought that was a great idea. I thought that'd be great if companies matched the government's contribution, which we're doing. A lot of the companies around the table have committed to doing that. And also thought about
Tara?
this is,
Pitbull
wow,
Mom?
this is going to be like a platform for families and communities and philanthropists to contribute to those accounts. And so,
if you're just joining us, this is a show. We're doing a show. I don't want to switch over to Rumble yet. Tommy is live. This is live. He just came from a lawyer of the idiot that punched my phone. That's what it says. So if you want to listen to it, I'm not going to play the sound. I'm just not. But there it is. I pulled the screen down so you could see his handle. Just go listen to it yourself. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's not going to insult me. Just come back later. Come back when you're done.
we originally started with the idea of, well, what if we gave some money to all the kids in our home state of Texas, right? We thought that would be a nice thing to do.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, it is. 1 out of 10 new kids in America are born in Texas.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Happen to be a fan of the state of Texas. But anyway, we thought about it some more. We thought, this is going to be something really special. We have a foundation. It focuses on children. It's been around for 26 years. And we said, well, why don't we go bigger? And so we talked about it. And, now that the Investment America Act is a law, which that in itself is a incredible thing that occurred. It does create a platform, and we were super happy to announce that we would give $250. We arrived at $250 because next year will be the 250th birthday of America and 25 million children. We thought that was a nice thing to do because it would include most of the children that are 10 and under, that are not part of the government program, that live in zip codes where the median income is less than $150,000. And that was also an important part of our contribution. And I do believe there will be a number of other large gifts announced. I've already spoken with a few that will be announcing gifts at the state level,
right,
and more to come.
Yeah. It's amazing, and it's amazing the vision you have, but that's why you're so successful, frankly. And to think that Michael started off with not a lot of money, I would say, right? Not too much, like very little. And he can give a gift of $6,250,000,000, and I know he said he's going to do a lot more. It's pretty amazing. It's really a beautiful thing to watch. So great for our country. So we have the Trump accounts are doing really well, and it's become, I have to tell you, just everyone's talking about them, beyond what I would have even thought. And it's going to make some young people.
By the way, just in case there was a confusion, the chat has nothing to do with the monetization factor of my video. So if you want to update everybody on the situation and use that colorful language in the chat, as long as you don't drop the N-word or anything like that, crazy, I think that you can say whatever you want in the chat. That's not going to change it because I have no control over that, right? So that has nothing to do with it. Just so we're clear, in case there was any weirdness about that.
Relatively very wealthy, and in some cases, they could really be off to a great start. So some people have had that advantage, and some people haven't. But it's a wonderful thing. Thank you to you and your beautiful wife. Thank you very much. So it's a pleasure to welcome
What's
so
up,
many
Sheepdog?
brilliant minds and distinguished business leaders back to the White House. I love these brilliant minds, including Michael Dell of Dell Technologies, who makes a great product. And I want to thank him for what he's done, what we just discussed, the accounts. We also are grateful to be joined by Enrique Lores of HP. So thank you very much, Enrique. Great job you're doing. Antonio Neri of HP Enterprise, thank you very much. What's the difference between HP and HP Enterprise?
We focus on the cloud security, networking, and large systems.
The cloud's good. People have done very well with the cloud. That's great. Arvind Krishna of IBM, who's actually become, I would say, a legend. The job he's done. He's taken the stock from a rather low price to a very nice price. I won't say high because I'm sure you're going to say it's going to go up a lot more, right? But, so I can't say a high price. But he took IBM into a new stratosphere that nobody, I think, saw. If you go back to before when he took over the company, nobody would have even imagined that you'd be able to do what you've done. So congratulations, become a good friend. Cristiano Amon of Qualcomm, and thank you very much. Congratulations on the success.
Thank you.
I know a lot about your company. You've done amazing. An executive director of the Technology CEO Council, Bruce Millman. So, thank you very much. I think that these people know each other. We're going to be talking a little bit about technology today.
Lady LDS, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. It says rumble.com. It's just Climatics without the TV. They won't let me change it. Hey, Rumble. Hello, Rumble. Guys at Rumble, would you please let me change my name and add the TV at the end, please? Can you like message me about it? Or so that'd be great if I could put the TV in there, but it's just Climatics. Just type that in. Nobody else is gonna have that name because it's something I made up. So we're good. You're not gonna see that. You might find a band called Climax that's like spelled similar, but that's not. I'm not a part of that band.
And we'll take a few of your questions about technology. I'm sure you probably won't have too many of those questions. You'll be asking about some other things, right, Bruce? Our administration is committed to total dominance in technology. Right now, we're leading artificial intelligence by a lot. And
hey, like the stream,
what's going
subscribe
up.
to my channel, please.
And we're writing rules, regulations. We want to keep it at the federal government level, so it's simple for the companies. Very important, frankly. And I think we're pretty well committed. I spoke to some of the senators today, and I think we're committed to do.
If I thought you were a nice guy, yeah, I'm not a nice guy.
It's easy because you're competing with some very big sources.
I'm not.
And we want to stay number one by a lot. We're leading the world in building new data centers and new semiconductor and chip manufacturing facilities and new capacity for AI. And we're unleashing all of the forms, literally all forms of energy and natural gas and oil to clean, beautiful coal and safe, reliable nuclear power. And I'm giving them approval to, when they build these massive plants that cost $50 billion. You know, it used to be that for $50 million, you could build a nice little shopping center. But for $500 million, you could build one of the biggest, most beautiful centers. And now they're talking about $50 billion. So explain that one. These buildings are, there's never been anything. There's never been anything like that. So you're all involved in that. It's pretty amazing. 1 year ago, our country was considered dead by many leaders throughout the world. And now we have what's called the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're the hottest country in the world right now. 10 months took us. I thought it was going to take longer, Michael. I didn't think we were going to have this success this soon. We have over $18 trillion being invested. So much of it by, like,
that's
you're
crazy.
in for a lot. What's the number that you're looking at?
150.
150 billion. That's good. I don't know, Michael. Am I allowed to ask you? You already gave 6,250,000,000. Do you have you stated a number that you're at for investment, future investment?
Well, you know, if
I'm working on the background wall. I'm working on it. It's a work in progress.
That we make.
It won't look like this for very long. I have plans.
Adding capacity, particularly around semiconductors, it's several $100 billion.
I think that's right. pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It makes the 6 billion sound very, very small. That's very good. Antonio, what about you guys? What about you and Enrique? How's that going?
Well,
have you announced a number or anything?
No, I'm actually happy to share with you over the next few years we're going to invest.
I can be a nice guy, Fishbox. I think I can be a nice guy. I can be your worst fucking enemy too, though. And I don't mind either
So in the
one.
next 18 months, we're going to build the largest 5 supercomputers that will keep the United States ahead of the game.
You may have a
both
troll
science
behind
and
you.
AI, but also to
Yeah.
keep ahead
Kinda.
in the entire stack. At the
He's a
national
monster.
security level.
Great. Are you doing that separately? Are you doing that together or
No,
separate?
we are totally separate companies.
Totally separate, huh?
From our side,
I would have
we
fired
just
that lawyer a long
$2
time ago, but
per year.
I'm not.
We
I
look
can't.
at
I can't give anybody
5,
advice about their
so it
own
will be close to $100
legal
billion.
thing. Not my place, right? It's not my place. Who the fuck am I?
AI at the edge, not only on data centers, but how to make AI available to customers in PCs, in headsets, in devices that they would be
Right,
using
right.
every day. Which is
So it's
the
over
next
$100 billion.
Yes,
And you're doing well. HP is doing really well.
yes.
That's great.
We're competing hard with Michael, but we're doing well.
Are you direct competitors?
Yes.
You
That's it. It's that. That's why they're on different sides of the table, sir.
The old days would say, "Why don't you make a deal?" I guess now it's not so easy to make.
We
a
can
deal.
have an arm wrestling match now.
Yeah,
instead
right.
of if we want to.
And Cristiano, you've been amazing, right? Your company with the investments. How are you doing with
We're doing
investments?
great. I think, Mr. President, you have a great decision. I think when you drove our company to continue to be innovating, and I think we're doing very good. We've been, in addition of doing phones, I think we're now, our chips are going to every car company in the world, all the car companies. We're entering into the robotics. There's a lot of growth in robotics and the data center. The new smart glasses going to be the future mobile devices. Industrial, I think a lot of the drive towards manufacturing the country is driving a lot of technology for smart manufacturing. We're making
Oh
chips
yeah,
for
good,
that. So
good.
I think we're very excited.
That was a bullshit charge. That shouldn't have been something that he had to even deal with. That should have been. I'm glad that got off, but that specific one right there was complete nonsense.
And I think, like Michael, I think
Good.
the number
That's
of
good.
industries are
Sparta
chips are
Brander,
being
what's up, bro?
driving hundreds of billions of dollar investments, and
Earth
the
Ang-
most important
Earth
for us,
Angel.
semiconductor manufacturing is very important. So we are going to be customer of the fabs that are being built in the United States by TSMC and Samsung. So we're just going to keep going forward.
Yeah, those investments are very important, and we are all customers of those fabs.
Those two are my customers too. So
Memory stuff? Memory?
we don't do memory. We do a lot of the
Who's the
processing.
king of memory?
It's Micron.
Morning.
SK Hynix. and
Micron's
Samsung.
another one doing great.
Where the hell you live? Tanzania?
Yeah, I heard you're doing fantastic.
Morning?
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The stock market has set a 51, think of this, 51 all-time record highs during the last 10 months. 51. You guys are big beneficiaries. You're setting the records, right? It's amazing. 51 times we've hit a new high. And in the history of our country, if you think about it, 51 times during the last 10 months. And Bruce, let me ask you, pull these people all together. How's it looking for technology?
A lot of global competition, but you'd rather be playing our hand than any other hand in the world.
I think so. We have a good hand right now, don't we? Joe Biden secured just really much less than $1 trillion of new investments in 4 years. And in 10 months, we secured more than $18 trillion. So 18 times the amount in 10 months what they did in 4 years. And they would have gone negative. They were heading toward negative. In other words, not $1 trillion, but it could have been 3 or 4 or 5 trillion less because people were leaving. So it was a big turnaround in 10 months. The $18 trillion, it's a record. There's never been a country that's gotten anywhere near that. In the Middle East, when I left the Middle East, we brought back $3 trillion and lots of Boeing airplanes, like 300. And Boeing gave me the award for the great.
Okay. Thank you to Spin City News for telling me this and updating me. I appreciate it, Spin City. If you're not subscribed or following Spin City over on Rumble, you gotta, it's, you have to get with him. Just ask him what it is. It's some Spin City DJ, but it's spelled weird. But I think we're going to have the return of Tommy tomorrow. Tonight is going to just be my normal broadcast. Maybe we'll, yeah, there it is. Thank you, Spin City. Maybe we'll get over to BDF Blaze's stream, see what's going on at the ice. Maybe we'll end in a short space tonight, but definitely by like 10, 11 o'clock, that's 3-4 hours from now, that'll be the show. Okay. So that'll be the show. So Tommy's no longer live. Yep. So now we can get back to full screening this. We'll finish this. And we'll just get right back to the show, guys.
Greatest salesman in the history of Boeing, which was a nice little award. Every little plaque. The greatest, I think I've sold 1,000 Boeing planes. Can you believe it? Now all they have to do is make them. Okay, they got to make them, but they will. But we have made historic trade deals with the United Kingdom, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, Japan, the EU, Malaysia, Cambodia, El Salvador, Argentina, Ecuador, Guatemala, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Thailand, and South Korea, and many others. And a lot of it's based on the November 5th election result, which was a massive victory. We won all 7 swing states, the popular vote. We won the Electoral College by a landslide. We won the counties. The counties, they do it. I don't know, to me it's the most accurate of all in many ways. We're at 2,700 counties against 525. That's pretty good, right, Cristiano?
Pretty good.
2,700 against 525. That's why when you see the maps are all red, except for 2 little blue lines on the right and the left side of the map. They're probably changing too. Americans are great builders, and in the Trump administration, America is once again a country where innovators get a green light. You have the greatest.
Don't forget to change it to live chat
in the world at this table.
Live chat instead of top chat.
Representing a lot of their friends who are competitors and friends, but we're really on a big move to get rid of red tape so they can run their businesses and not have to wait 10 years for an approval. In the old days, getting some of these approvals for plants that are already being built would have taken 10, 15, even 20 years prior to rejection. You'd get rejected. You'd work 20 years and then you'd lose 5 to 4. And we're getting plants approved in a matter of weeks. The biggest plants ever built in a matter of weeks. For every new regulation, we're slashing more than 10 old regulations. So we're not allowing regulations unless they slash 10 old regulations. We did that in the first term, and we cut more regulation than any administration ever. In our first term, we have the all-time record. I think we're exceeding it here. In fact, now it's 1 in 24 is the number we're at. It's 1 in 10 you have to do, otherwise we're not letting you do it. But we're actually up to 1 in 24, so we get rid of 24 regulations for every one. That's not a bad deal, right? And it's been very exciting, actually. But including, we're allowing 100 in the Great Big Beautiful Deal. We're allowing 100% expensing for capital expenditures, including investments in factories and equipment and structure. So including even structure. So that if Michael goes out and builds a factory, you can take it against tax immediately, the whole thing. You don't have to wait 38 years or do it over a 38-year period. And I think that's what made the first tax cut, which we, by the way, got extended in this tax cut. So, and you add it up, it's the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. But I think that the expensing factor, and it's good for 10 years too, I think that's maybe was the reason that so much growth was, there were other reasons, but so much growth was gotten in the first term. So earlier this year I said that the challenges of our time demand a new spirit of patriotism and national loyalty in Silicon Valley, smart people, and from the whole
What's up, mashed
technology
spuds?
sector, and that patriotism
Am I supposed to
is on
pretend you're not Dean?
huge display here in this room with some of the most brilliant people. And I'd now like to ask Secretary Howard Lutnick to say a few words. OSTP Director
I'm going to expose
Michael
you.
Kratsios also say a few words, and I look forward to hearing from Michael a little bit about this subject. Cristiano, welcome. And Arvind, you'll say something, and I appreciate it. And anybody else wants to say a couple of words, feel free. Good job. So why don't we start with Howard, please?
So the key to America's success is the amazing innovators that we have. I mean, we have invented everything from the light bulb, transistor, GPUs. We are on the edge of everything.
In what?
And we need to keep being on the edge. And the people at this table and this industry is why America's great. We need to build here. You know, for too many years, we innovated and we let everyone else build our stuff. And we just can't do it anymore. So with President Trump coming and winning the election on November 5th, we changed that, and now we're going to build it here. You've done everything you can, and you've heard trillions and trillions of dollars of technology build coming home to America to protect and defend us and use our innovations here. You're driving interest rates lower, and you're going to continue to drive them lower. That makes it cheaper. It makes it more exciting to build here. You're blowing out the regulatory deep state so that people can build here and do it fast. And the last thing is, because of our investment in energy, we're going to drive down the cost of energy for all Americans, including the people who are building here. Drive down the cost of energy. It's great for America. Put all of that together, and you're going to see the greatest growth the United States of America has ever seen. You're going to see north of 4% next year, and then it's going to go up from there to 5s and 6s. This president's going to drive the greatest GDP growth, led by the tech sector coming home and driving growth.
Well, thank you. You know, one of the things I'd like to say just before going over to Michael, and this Michael, and then we'll have this Michael, all right? But one of the things I'd like to say is, in the old days, when you announced really good results in this country, the stock market went up. And that's the way it should be. And we're going back to that. Because otherwise you can never really attain true greatness. In other words, GDP at 4. Oh, 4 is so high. Let's raise interest rates and kill it. And we're going to go back to the old days. When we announce great results, it doesn't mean we're going to raise interest rates and try and kill it. It means that instead of 4% GDP or 3%, which I said so wonderful, 3%, it should be able to be 20 or 25%. I don't know why it can't be. You shouldn't kill it. And so we hope that if this country announces great results, because you're going to see great results over the next couple of years, all these plants, and I'm not just talking about AI, we have the biggest number of auto plants planned. Toyota just announced $10 billion in plants built, various couple of locations, few locations in the country, just a little while ago. They're all coming here. They're coming here because of tariffs, because they don't want to pay tariffs, but they're coming here because of the election and the mindset. But when we announce good results, the market should go up. Now it's when you announce good results, Michael, the market goes down because they say, oh, that means things are good. That means we're going to kill it by raising interest rates. I think it's really wrong. It should be the opposite of what it is now. It should be the way it used to be. We announce good results, the market should go up, and we should keep driving it up and have it keep going up and let it be much, much bigger, much, much better. And, you know, growth doesn't mean inflation. They're always afraid that, oh, we have, and if there is inflation, that's okay, then we can slow it down. But we should be able to do a lot better than 3 and 4. We're scheduled to be at 4%, which is pretty amazing because we have a you know, deadhead Fed hair. I mean, this guy, the head of the Federal Reserve is a stiff. And, you know, you fight that. It's amazing. We fight that, and yet interest rates are going down, except with him, not too much. He did a rather, I would say, a rather small number that could have been doubled, at least doubled. And that's the other thing. I think the rates for the United States are always the lowest in the world.
Hi,
Because
Polly.
without us, there is no world. Without this economy, there's no world. You know, you could go to some of these wonderful countries that you think are so great. Well, one of the reasons they're great is because we allowed them to get rich off of us. We didn't charge them anything. You look at some of the deals. I don't want to say use Switzerland as an example, but Switzerland paid almost nothing in terms of a tariff or tax or whatever you want to call it, license. They paid nothing, and you know they're paying now. They're paying a fair amount. I had them at 39%, but I decided to be nice. I was nice, and I think they like us a little bit better. But the money you're talking about is enormous. Our country is a very rich country, but if we do well, the market should go up and the value of our country should go up. And if we do poorly, the market then should go down. It shouldn't be the opposite. And if we go up, we should encourage it to go up more. And those numbers, when you say, you know, 3% of GDP or 4% of GDP, they should be much higher. So, you know, I wanted to say it, I do say it, I believe it, and we have to get a mindset that when a country's doing well, you don't want to kill the growth. That's what they're doing. They kill the growth. I don't know if you guys even agree with that. They kill the growth because they're so afraid of inflation. But you can have tremendous growth without inflation. Everything goes up with the growth, but that's not inflation. So I think we can do much better than traditional numbers. And you see that. You see that with what we're doing. We're leading in everything. And now, and remember this, as far as prices are concerned, and they talk about affordability, I inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country. They say it was 48 years, but I say it was the history. What difference? It's 48 years, they were telling me. And they said, oh, I was being inaccurate because I said the history. I think 48 years is a long time, but it's actually, I disagree. I think it's the history. So in the Biden administration, I inherited the worst inflation in the history of our country, or 48 years. And prices were very, very high. I brought the prices down. We had yesterday 3 states where oil was at $1.99 a gallon. How about that? And you know, with these guys, it was $4.
Hey, like the stream, subscribe if you're
in
not.
California, it was like
follow
$7
me on Rumble.
because it's a badly run state. But the price for oil and gas and everything else, the price of gasoline was $4.50, $5. And we just hit $1 and we broke $2. I was looking forward to that. Couple of states, 3 states. And I will say that when that happens, oil and gas and energy is so big, it's so big a category, you don't even know what number 2 is. There is no number 2. And when you have the prices coming down for energy like that, you've killed inflation and you're lowering prices. So I inherited very simply the highest prices in history, and I'm bringing them down really fast, led by energy. And when energy comes down, everything else comes down. But I've only been here a short while. We gave them a beautiful, beautiful thing, and they destroyed it. They would have destroyed our country had they been allowed to stay. If we didn't win this election, if we had Kamala, who's the same as Joe, low IQ people, but if we had Kamala, as you would have a country that would be right now in ruins. I believe that 100%. Things would be in a state like nobody's ever seen before. Worse than anything you've ever imagined. Worse than 1929, in my opinion. Instead, we have the hottest country in the world, and we're going to keep it that way. But just to finish, we inherited high prices. We're bringing them down very rapidly, and we're bringing them down to very, very good levels. They'll soon be down at very good levels. Michael, please go ahead.
Absolutely. As everyone in this room probably knows very well, leadership in science and technology has been foundational to our economic and national security for 4 decades. And because of the policies that you have championed and the private sector partnerships that you have made, America currently is leading the world in S&T and is benefiting all Americans every day. The one thing that I want to remind this group of, and many of you know, the president has been arguing for American leadership in AI well before ChatGPT was even invented. The President signed an executive order on artificial intelligence leadership in 2019, which set the stage for the revolution that we're seeing today. In the past year, we've built on that. We signed out the AI Action Plan in July of this year, which the President launched here in Washington, along with 3 EOs. And I know a lot of that effort is around creating a regulatory environment to allow for companies like yours to thrive and for the applications that you build to have the biggest impact on Americans every day. So thank you for everything that you do, and I know we're going to keep working together to make sure that America is the home for the next great technological discoveries.
All right, thank you, Michael. And Michael?
Thank you, sir. Well, look,
I will be
greatly
right back.
appreciate the focus the administration has on lowering energy costs. And energy is the substrate of manufacturing at the industrial level, and really an incredibly important input to the economy. We can't be competitive without a super low cost energy industry. And had a great meeting earlier today with Secretary Wright, and really appreciate all the work that he's been doing. This is, of course, incredibly important when it comes to AI, because it does consume a great deal of power. All the semiconductor manufacturing consumes a great deal of power. Another big area of focus for us is how we can take all this great AI technology, the AI stack of the innovative companies here in the United States, and sell that around the world. And I'd like to ask Arvind to speak a little bit more about this. Arvind?
Thank you. So, Mr. President, first, we really would like to thank you for everything you're doing for economic growth, as you said. I completely agree with you. Economic growth then drives a lot of other benefits to everything else. We also want to thank you for all the work you're doing on deregulation and making things easier for business to participate in that growth. Michael spoke of the AI stack. It's incredibly important that under the action plans that you have laid out and Michael Kratzer just spoke of, we really help promote the AI stack, which is not semiconductors only. Those are incredibly important, but it's semiconductors, it's software, it's the systems which many of us here build, and it is the software applications on top. The ability to take those to all our friends in countries, so all the friendly countries, is going to be very, very important. And we wish to work with your government to make sure that we can do that, because otherwise we're afraid that competing countries are going to be able to get that stack. So we would say that.
Anything that you're looking at that we can help you with so that you create a bigger and better IBM and hire a lot more people?
Don't worry, I didn't leave you.
A few countries.
Keurigs take time.
To members of your administration to make sure that those can go and that barriers get lowered for being able to do it quickly. We agree guardrails are necessary, but lower barriers would be very, very helpful.
You mean tariffs?
No.
Because are these countries tariffing you, making your life difficult? Are they doing anything else to make your life difficult?
It's the ability to take certain systems which have semiconductors inside them into these countries. So right now, because we have controls on where all the semiconductors can go, then the entire system is restricted. That's what we want to do. The same as
how many countries do that?
Probably a half dozen. So
I can tell you the countries already. I know.
Yes.
I know every country very well.
And
we have ways of combating that quickly. So you'll let me know.
And the last part I'd like to say is I'd also like to thank you for all that you're doing to help modernize government itself, because we think that that's incredibly important. You made a number of announcements, but a couple that I'd just like to point out.
Hell yeah, Greg, that's awesome.
Commissioner Frank Bisignano to help make Social Security better. So I would like to thank you for your help on that.
Later, Ron.
Work with him on making IRS.
He's done a fantastic job.
He is. Frank's great.
He's done a great job, Frank.
Okay,
He's
be
had
right
a great
back.
career, actually left a tremendous career where his salary, I think, was 100 times greater than it is now. And he was at J.P. Morgan Chase, and he's doing he did a great job at Social Security, quickly.
And we hope to help him replicate that now at our IRS.
Very good. Thank you very much. Good job. Cristiano, please.
Yes, just a few points. I think, first of all, Mr. President, thank you for your vision. Thank you for understanding the importance of the American private sector and industry, I think, and the growth of the economy. I want to just build on some of the things that were said by my colleagues. I think we have built probably one of the most advanced technologies in the world, and part of it is because I think the commitment to innovation that we have in the country, but also the fact that it has been American technology for the world. So I think we have an incredible opportunity. When I think about what Michael said about exporting AI, I had conversation with Secretary Howard. Now that the trade deal's been made, is an opportunity to really build on those trade deals and export, I think, American technology. And also, as we think about the technology, it's an important vector to drive the reindustrialization, I think, of the country with technology. So we're incredibly excited about that. I think it's a big opportunity. I think it's the next wave of growth that we can build on those trade agreements. And I think it resonates what also Arvind said about the importance of the American technology stack. And then we're just going to finish with 2 points. There are 2 exciting things happening in the world of technology coming right now. One is, as AI become the new form of computing, AI is going not only to the data center, but to everything, to cars, to PCs. And we see now the ability to run models that you can only run AI in the data center. You can run that on a microcomputer, on a computer for Enrique, on a server, with small server on premise. So I think we're going to see the proliferation of AI. The other one is 6G. We had made commitment working with your administration, working with FCC. We're going to accelerate 6G. We're working to launch first in the world in the LA Olympics. And I think that's another opportunity for America to lead in the next wireless evolution. So thank you. I thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the partnership. And we're going to be hard at work, I think, driving that agenda.
So we're into 6G now. I just finished 5G. I was a leader on 5G, getting that done. And now they're up to 6.
Let's do it again.
What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin? See how perfect it is? I like the cameras the old days. So they just had a nice feature. Now they cover every little. Let's see, Michael. Well, you're in good shape. You're not gonna. But I tell you, it's it's the 6 is coming, huh?
It's coming.
Does it ever end? And what happens? You'll be into 7, right? Before 6 gets old, you'll be into 7. Anybody have anything else to say? Anybody?
I think the other thing is we want to thank you as well for the openness of your organization and your team. We always find people that wants to hear what we need and is willing to design programs that will support us. So thank you for.
Well, we're here to. We want you to just dominate the whole world in terms of what you do. It's a very important world, and you're doing that. And we're making it easy for you, and that means you're going to do it faster. It's more jobs, and a lot of good things happen. Right? Go ahead, please.
Mr. President, you may not recall, but in your first term, you actually sponsored the Department of Energy to build the largest systems ever built. And thanks to your sponsorship, the Department of Energy owns the 3 top supercomputers in the world. Yep. And we build them with them. And these are systems that can do quintillion operations per second. And that means we can solve
I
a lot of...
we made that possible. It's worked out very well. Good.
Solve problems. So now we're going to build the next generation again.
Good. Sounds good to me. Any questions, please?
Mr. President. Thank you. Can you explain a little more about this Venezuelan oil tanker and share a little more information?
Well, I'll let the people do it, but you see the result, and I guess they probably have released pictures by now or pretty soon. You'll discuss that with the appropriate people later on, but no, it was seized for a very good reason.
Cuba.
Sir, there's a new proposal from DHS that would see tourists from a lot of countries have to hand over 5 years of social media history to get a tourist visa. Are you concerned at all that if that's implemented, there would be a decline in tourism next year? And what sort of material do you think is...
We're doing so well. We just want people to come over here and safe.
That's what you ask?
Safety, we want security. We want to make sure we're not letting...
They should let me go to the White House and ask a question.
We're getting rid of a lot of bad ones from jails, from mental institutions, drug dealers. And we're getting a lot of bad people, murderers. 11,888 murderers, half of them, almost exactly half of them, committed more than one murder. We're getting rid of them. In some cases, we don't even want to get them out. We put them in jail because we're afraid they're going to come back into our country. We're not going to let them back in. So we've taken a very tough stand. And you see where we've been, like Washington, D.C. now, people walk down the streets, they go into restaurants at night. It's beautiful. It's like this beautiful thing to see because till I got here, this was a very, very bad place. We had a terrible thing happen 2 weeks ago with terrorism with regard to 2 National Guards people that are so phenomenal. One is no longer with us, and one, amazingly, we weren't looking with great hope on that, that Andrew. And today he got out of bed, actually, stood up, didn't say anything. It's a little early, but the chances of Andrew, other than his mother, who said, nope, he's going to be okay. His mother was the most positive person. And could be that she'll be right. It's pretty amazing. Made progress. It was, both of them were so badly hurt, we never thought that one could survive. So it looks like Andrew's doing pretty well.
Mr. President, the winner of the Nobel Prize dedicated the prize to you, the Nobel Peace Prize, and she led Venezuela in a great race to make it to the ceremony. There is a risk she could be arrested, actually. What would happen if she's arrested? What message do you send, or would you send to Nicolas Maduro?
Well, arrested by who? The Nobel Prize Committee? It sounds like that's probably the ones that would arrest. I don't know anything about it. She was very gracious. She said I should have gotten the Nobel Prize.
Hi, Tamek.
I'm doing this to save lives. I'm not doing it for any other reason. But no, I don't like if she would be arrested. No, I wouldn't be happy with that.
Mr. President, Senate Republicans currently have a healthcare proposal that would take away, let those ACA subsidies expire and then put about $1,000 in people's HSAs. Do you think that is enough money, and how do you ensure that people who will see those tax subsidies expire won't see their healthcare costs skyrocket?
Well, the Unaffordable Care Act, which is Obamacare, they call it now the unaffordable because it's unaffordable. It used to be called the affordable, but it was never affordable. It was always bad. It was basically designed for the benefit of insurance companies. And what we're doing is we want all of the billions and billions of dollars that went to insurance companies to go directly to the people, and they can buy their own health care. And people love it. I don't know if the Democrats are going to approve it because they want the insurance companies to make money. It was a scam. Obamacare was a scam.
Did you watch my short, Polly?
The Republicans, I can tell you, want the money to go to the people. And we're winning that battle. The Democrats are having a hard time with it because they're in the pocket of the insurance companies. Yes, please.
Yes, you spoke to some European leaders today, I think, sir, about Ukraine.
I did.
Could you tell us about that? And is there a new revised peace plan that Ukraine has presented?
The leaders of France, we spoke to, Germany, and UK. All very good leaders, very good friends of mine, and we discussed Ukraine in pretty strong words. And we'll see what happens.
Yes, Polly, I've seen every episode.
Before we progress, we're not spending any money in Ukraine. We're selling basically missiles and everything else to NATO, and NATO is paying us, and then they distribute it to who they want. I guess they're mostly distributing to Ukraine, but we're not spending money. But we're spending a lot of time and a lot of effort because last month 27,000 soldiers were killed. Think of it, 27,000. That's if you take a football game and take half the stadium, that's 27,000. So 27,000 soldiers were killed. Russian and Ukrainian soldiers were killed. And I want to see that stop. We'll find out. Look, there are a lot of things happening right now. A lot of people say it's closer than it's ever been. It's a war that would have never.
You think that's nerdy? You think that's nerdy? No, that's not nerdy. Hey, everybody who knows what the hell I'm talking about, Polly has no idea what the following means, okay? I have a black lotus. I do. It's in the other room in my binder. I have like several moxes as well. I've been playing for a long time. Facts.
If I were president, would have never started. It's a war that should never have started. But we'll have it figured out.
Hi, Lorraine.
within a pretty short
When you
period.
say very strong terms, sir, can you explain that?
Well, I think we had some little disputes about people, and we're going to see how it turns out. And we said before we go to a meeting, we want to.
Polly, go to eBay and look up Magic the Gathering Black Lotus. Have fun. Magic the Gathering Black Lotus. Just type that in.
know some.
Greg, I'm scared I can't send it anywhere, and I have to find a place that's local to me, and it's on the other side of the damn city, which in Houston is like China, and I'm scared to like leave it with anybody. It's in like a case. It's secure. I mean, not a case, but it's in like a binder. It's fine. I don't want to sell it. I feel weird about, like, I can't ship it anywhere. It's gonna drive me. I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I need to get it graded though. I know I need to get like, but see the thing is I need to get like 30 or 40 cards graded. You know how much money that's gonna be? And besides, it's a percentage. So getting something like that graded is extraordinarily fucking expensive. Like very expensive.
They would like us to go to a meeting over the weekend in Europe, and we'll make a determination depending on what they come back with. We don't want to be wasting time. Sometimes you have to let people fight it out.
Right,
Sometimes
a lot.
you don't. But the problem with letting people fight it out,
a whole
is
lot.
You're losing thousands of people a week. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Mr. President, 2 questions. One, the oil tanker. Who owns that oil tanker?
You'll get that information later.
Okay, and have you spoken to Maduro since your last conversation?
No.
Or has it only been one conversation?
No.
And when you say that the European leaders want to have a meeting over the weekend, are you talking about with Zelensky or with them?
With Zelensky and us.
And you said in an interview yesterday that you think it's time for Zelensky to start accepting things. What things are you talking about?
I think he has to be realistic, and I do wonder about, how long is it going to be till they have an election? It's democracy. It's a long time. They haven't had an election in a long time. It's losing a lot of people.
The only way, hey, Greg, the only way, and Alex too, that probably knows what I'm talking about. The only way I would ever sell it is if I went to one of those like shows, like the convention, like like a card show. If I went there and sold it to a person who knew what they were buying and had the money to give me in cash, I would do it. But I would have anxiety the whole damn time, and I might have a stroke.
And it's possible that the people, if you look at the polls, I will say 82%, there was a poll that came out, 82% of the people are demanding.
I still have all my original Warcraft and Call of Duty
they want
boxes.
to see a settlement in it. I understand that they're losing thousands and thousands of people a week. They want to see it ended. And I do say.
Oh, Ralph is original. Like that's not something I bought from eBay to have it in my background. I've literally had Ralph since now his name wasn't always Ralph or anything like that, but I've had this My Pet Monster since the first moment they came out in 1986. I got mine immediately. It was like a Christmas release, and they got it for Christmas or something like that. It was like right when it came out. So I've had him literally. That's why if you notice, the other ones might look a little different in the face, but mine is the original. So, and yes, I'm bragging about that because I'm really happy about it. That's good. It's good stuff,
Hey, at what point, when do they have an election in Ukraine? That's not casting dispersions on anybody, but they do have a massive corruption situation going on there. And they do say, when are they, people are asking this question, when do they have an election? Are they going to have an election? Or are they going to just keep it going like this?
Oh,
So I think it's time to get
Sheepdog Neon. I actually do play Magic the Gathering Arena, and so I do something crazy. See, here's the thing. And these games like that, you kind of have to play the meta. Well, if you don't know anything about games, that means like what the hot decks are and what the hot build is for your sword and whatever the best loadout for your weapon in Call of Duty. That's the meta. But I am an old school player. I don't look the deck constructions up online I do for Hearthstone. Well, I play Battlegrounds in Hearthstone, but for Magic, I make decks that I know how to make. Oh, I'm not fun to play against. I should stream some card stuff sometime. Maybe I'll stream Hearthstone Battlegrounds or Magic the Gathering Arena. I'm thinking about doing like mid-morning on the weekends, like gaming streams during the day, during the afternoon and stuff. When other people are gaming, they can put me on their other screen or something, or when they're just chilling and hanging out. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way to add a gaming stream. If you saw my one last week, you'll know I even made a full-on intro for gaming only, so I wouldn't have to explain myself to the dumb people. You know what I mean?
that war settled. And I think it's a war that can be settled. But it takes two to tango.
Mr. President, Warner about the new owners of Warner Brothers Discovery to make changes at CNN, big changes, and he's spoken to Jared about it. What are you doing with him, or are you just sort of walled him off a little bit?
So what do you want to know?
What changes do you want to see at CNN under new ownership?
Well, I'm not involved in that. I will be probably involved, maybe involved in the decision. It depends. You have some good companies bidding on it. I think the people that have run CNN for the last long period of time are a disgrace. I think it's imperative that CNN be sold, because you certainly wouldn't want to put
well now
people
really
just leave those people with some money, good money, and CNN, so that they can spend even more money spreading poison, because it's lies. It's a disgrace. So I wouldn't want to see the same company end up with CNN, the same company with money, because right now they don't have too much money, but they have value, I guess, based on the bids. They've got value.
Right.
But I think CNN should be sold, because I think the people that are running CNN right now are either corrupt or incompetent.
I did not interview Spin City. I wanted to wait a little while.
But I can be talked out of that by some very talented people that we have, antitrust people. But I just think that the people that have run CNN into the
Oh, cool. Hey, Sheepdog Neon, I play historic mode only, because that's they don't have all the cards. It pisses me off that they don't have all the cards, but they have some of them. But I play really cheesy decks. It probably wouldn't be too much fun to play against me.
ground, by the way. Nobody watches. Very few people watch. I don't think they should be entrusted with running CNN any longer. So
CNN's for sale. Y'all want to buy CNN?
Guaranteed and certain that CNN is part of it, or sold separately. But I don't think the people that are running that company right now and running CNN, which is a very dishonest group of people, I don't think that should be allowed to continue. I think CNN should be sold along with everything else.
Sir, you spoke about affordability earlier in your remarks and yesterday in Pennsylvania. How much more can we expect to see you on the road kind of delivering that message? And are you worried at all about the Democrats winning a couple more things in Miami and Georgia?
I don't worry about it. It's like
why would you ask him such a dumb question?
When you win the presidency, even if you win by a landslide like we did, and even if you do a good job, and some people say we've done the best opening 10 months in history, in the history of the presidency. I think we have. Who's done better? We ended 8 wars. We have the strongest economy. We have $18 trillion coming in, which is more than any country had, times I think 5 or 6. 18 trillion is a lot even in your standard, right?
Yes, sir.
Even for that guy, 18 trillion is big numbers. But we have $18 trillion coming in. Pretty amazing, right? I think Qualcomm would be very impressed if they had even a little piece of that. So we've done a great job. But for whatever reason, and nobody's been able to give me an answer, when you win the presidency, you seem to lose the midterms, even if you win the presidency by a lot and you do a great job as president. Some presidents have done good.
That's
and
weird.
They've lost, I think it's like 2 times in the last many, many years it's been won. I don't know why. It doesn't make sense. Usually I can figure things out, but I don't know why, but that seems to be. But other than that, we should win because we're doing great.
No, that wasn't me. That was
Bach.
Bach.
I think the economy is only going to go, better with all this money pouring in. We have factories being built, and forget about AI. We have AI more than anybody. We're leading AI by a lot, but we have many car companies coming in from Canada, from Mexico. They're closing. They're coming in from Mexico. They're coming in from Canada, from Japan, from Europe, all over Europe,
Brother
Germany,
Tuki.
all over Europe.
What's up, boo?
We're doing great.
This and that.
For
What's
whatever
up?
reason, it doesn't matter how well they're doing, good and bad. The bad you understand, but even when a president is doing well, they seem to not do well in the midterms. So we're going to try and change it. There should be no reason for it. If
Is it
anybody at the
Tuki
table
or
can
Tucci?
figure out, Bruce, a nice psychological
Spell your name
reason.
phonetically. Brother, what?
So I want to win, and winning the midterms is important. People want us to win the midterms, and I think we have great spirit. We should win the midterms. Yeah.
Tucci. See, that's why I asked. That's good. All right, brother Tucci.
Specifically, Biden removed the safety standards on abortion drugs. Now I'm hearing from a lot of pro-lifers that they're very anxious because yesterday Bloomberg reported that your FDA is slow walking a review of the abortion drugs that Secretary Kennedy promised.
Yeah,
How
I don't
soon
know.
do you want to see that?
I'll find out. I'll ask them.
Do you want to see it?
I don't think they're slow walking anything, but I'll find out. Yeah.
Any update on the clashes between Thailand and Cambodia, sir?
Yeah, I think I'll have to make a phone call. I was going to say that the Thailand and Cambodia, one of the 8 that I settled, they've been fighting for a long time. They've been fighting for a very long time, many, many, many decades. But I got along great with both. I found they were 2 great leaders, 2 great people, and I settled it once. I think I can do it pretty quickly. I think we're scheduling a phone call tomorrow.
Mr. President.
With Thailand.
On the Fed chair.
With Thailand, if just to answer Steve, with Thailand and Cambodia, I think I can get them to stop fighting. Who else can do that? Think of it. Settled 8 wars. Every once in a while, one will flame up again, and I have to put out that little flame. I have to put it out, but we're going to put it out again. So I think I'm scheduled to speak to them tomorrow and see if I can. It was unfortunate what happened. I mean, I know exactly what happened. It got it started a little bit, but we'll see if we can put it out.
We're interested in the
Michael Newman. What's up? Oh, what's up, Shrooms?
Well, we keep it, I guess.
What's up, bro?
Where does it go? What port does it go to?
When you have to follow the tanker, you're a good newsman, just follow the tanker.
Do you know where it was going? Was it going
Follow
to
it,
China?
get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Fish box, like,
But I assume we're gonna
like
keep the
30 grand and
Mr. President, on Fed chair, Kevin has.
I don't even know, man, like 30, 25, 30 grand.
Correct?
Maybe.
Are you doing your interviews with finalists today?
Well, I'm meeting with Kevin.
I don't even know.
I'm meeting with him, and I sort of have a very good idea what I'm looking for. Again, I'm looking for somebody that will be honest with interest rates. That's all. I just want honesty. Our rate should be much lower. Our rate should be the lowest rates in the world. Because all these countries that you see, with low rates, many of them are low because of us. Because they suck so much money out of us.
I showed it on
But
stream
that's
before.
not happening anymore. We should have the lowest rates in the world. And without us, none of them really exist as an economy. I mean,
I don't want to touch it.
These really prime, really wonderful countries, they've had nothing but success. It's because they took so much out of the United States. I mean, it's one of those little problems. I want to see that when we do well, we're rewarded for doing well, not the way it's been for the last pretty long period of time.
Are you asking these finalists to pledge to lower rates? Are you asking these finalists to pledge to lower rates if they become the chair?
No, I'll be asking questions and I'll be able to figure it out.
Mr. President, we have 3 countries sending drugs to the U.S., Mexico, Venezuela, and Colombia. And you talked to the president of Mexico, you already talked to Nicolas Maduro. Have you considered talking to the president of Colombia, whom you call a drug dealer?
No, I haven't really thought too much about him. He's been fairly hostile to the United States. And I haven't given him a lot of thought. he's going to have himself some big problems if he doesn't wise up.
Mr. President,
Colombia is producing a lot of drugs. They have cocaine factories that they make cocaine, as you know, and they sell it right into the United States. So he better wise up, or he'll be next. He'll be next too. And I hope he's listening. He's going to be next. Yes,
Mr. President.
because we don't like people when they kill people, and they sell drugs. They kill them in the United States, and Colombia is a major manufacturer of drugs, meaning cocaine in particular, as you know.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Multiple House Republicans in recent weeks
Y'all heard that, right?
critical of Speaker Mike Johnson. I wanted to ask you,
You heard that, right?
The Speaker to keep his conference together ahead of the midterms, and how often are you speaking about him?
I think Mike Johnson.
That is a direct message. Fuck around and find out. You're next, like Goldberg, right? Who's next? You're like, oh shit. Oh boy.
Johnson is great.
Oh boy.
He's had a majority of 2, 3, 4, then back to 2. We actually had 1. So we were 1 heart attack away from disaster. So everybody prayed for everybody's health. I think Mike Johnson's been a fantastic speaker. I mean, a very hard job because, you know, when you have a small majority, and we got the biggest bill in the history of our country approved, the Great Big Beautiful Bill. I call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. There are different names for it, but to me it's a Great Big Beautiful Bill because it gives the biggest tax cuts in history, the biggest regulation cuts in history. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. I think Mike Johnson's been a great speaker. I think few people could have done that job.
Do you want to see another big package move through Capitol Hill in the next year, or?
Well, we don't need it because we got everything. You know, this was supposed to be 17 bills. And I think it was my idea, but, you know, with the concurrence of people that have done this a long time. And I said, why don't we make it 1 bill? Because it's very hard to get things approved by the Democrats. And it worked out because there was something good.
Oh, I
for
love this
everybody.
guy so
If we would
much.
have done 17 bills, we wouldn't have gotten a third of them. It was
He's
something
so
great
funny.
for everybody in the one, you know, the Great Big Beautiful Bill.
Good
Right?
to see you, Mr. President.
Hi.
To follow up on the event last night in Pennsylvania, huge crowd turned
Yeah,
out there.
big crowd.
It seemed like Rally Trump was in prime condition last night. You enjoyed it. Can you just give me your thoughts on that? Then I do have a question on the gold card.
Last night was amazing in Pennsylvania. We had a tremendous crowd. It was like freezing. And the people, the thousands of people on the sidewalk trying to get in, or the streets. It was an amazing evening, actually, and I think people really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You could tell that.
I can tell that you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I really did. Well, you know, it's easy to enjoy when you do a good job, and, you know, when you can talk about things in a very positive way. It's hard not to say. We have potentially the greatest
This guy,
economic
man,
boom in the
he's
history of the
so
world.
funny.
It's being built right now.
This
And when it
guy,
opens,
dude.
there will be nothing ever in history like what's happening
Oh
now.
my God.
And, you know, Washington, D.C. is safe, and Memphis is now. Look at Memphis. Crime is down 60% in Memphis. We just got there 3 weeks ago. And we're going to have New Orleans. New Orleans was we just sent a group of people there, and crime is down 28% in about 3 days. No, we do a good job, you know, and these are central casting people. These people they're very tough people if they have to be. They're very good, they're great patriots, but they are the toughest, and they don't take any nonsense. And every place we go, we knock down crime. Too bad that we're not invited more into Chicago, because we could save Chicago very quickly. But even that, we're doing it on a minimal basis until, you know, at some point we'll just go in and do what we have to do if the governor doesn't wise up. They got a bad governor, they have a bad mayor. I would say they're both incompetent, but it's hard to believe that people don't want to stop crime. We could stop the crime in Chicago in about 2 weeks. Go ahead.
My question is on the gold card. I apologize if I missed the answer to this. Is there a limit to how many gold cards these companies can buy?
Howard?
So the program is part of the already approved visas. So we're just going to have great people come into this country. You know, the average green card holder earned less than the average American. So they were more likely to be on the dole and be on our assistance programs than average Americans. And the idea is from President Trump, he wants to raise it, bring in the best people into America.
Secretary, what's up, bro?
Same visas, but now just full of the best people.
Basically, it's a green card, but much better, much more powerful, a much stronger path. And a path is a big deal. Have to be great people, but much stronger path. And it also, in addition to that, helps companies, because not only for companies, but if IBM gets somebody #1 in his class at the Wharton School of Finance, and you're dying to get the person, but you can't guarantee the person stays in the country because oftentimes they'll say, I'm
thank
sorry,
you.
sir, you got to get out of here. You have 24 hours, right?
It's
And you
easy.
say,
You
"Where's
just
my
install the
employee?"
app.
Now IBM can buy a card, and that employee can be there for essentially a very long period of time.
Mr. President,
It's so needed for the companies. You know, it's needed for others, but really it's basically a much better form of a green card. And you can't get green cards. They are impossible to get. This is much better than a green card. Yeah.
Yes, so did you tell Bruce Blakeman not to run for governor, or that she should think about not running for governor?
I haven't spoken to, first of all, he's a friend, she's a friend. These are two great people running. In a way, I hate to see them running against each other. I hope they're not going to be damaging each other. But Elisa's fantastic and Bruce is, they're two fantastic people. And I always hate it when two very good friends of mine are running. And I hope there's not a lot of damage done. Sometimes it works the other way. The victor ends up being much stronger because of it. A lot of times that happens in politics.
You think you'll step in a couple months to actually see who performs?
Well, I think in New York we have a convention toward the end of February, and I think you'll know pretty much at the end of February what's going to happen. And I'll probably have to, do what I want to do. But I hope that he's running now, as you know, and she's running. We have two very talented people. Either one should win against the Democrats.
Like 800, Thomas. Like 800, I think. Something like that.
One of your cabinet members predicting that you're going to fire this one or you're going to get rid of that one. Of all your cabinet members, who would you perceive as the most under attack?
Well, I think my cabinet's fantastic. I read these same stories that I'm unhappy with this one or that one, and I'm not. I think the cabinet's done a great job. I read a story that I was unhappy with Pete because he was attacking drug dealers. I said, that's not exactly right. I would say very much the opposite. Pete Hegseth has been phenomenal. I read a story recently, I'm unhappy with Christie. I'm so happy with it. I mean, we have a closed border. We have a border that's the best border in the history of our country. Why would I be unhappy? She's fantastic, actually. No, we have a fantastic cabinet. Really fantastic cabinet. I mean, Lutnick I'll have to think about. No,
Can't have everything.
Can't have everything. He's doing great. Well, Howard's done really well, and Scott's done really well. We have just a fantastic cabinet. I'll tell you who's doing a great job is Linda McMahon. We're bringing education back to the states where it belongs. Education is going, we can't do any worse than we're doing right now. Let the states run it,
I met my kid's mother inside of a wrestling ring. She's a wrestler too.
If you go back to some of our states that have run so well, so good, I would say 40 of them. And then you'll have trouble with 5, and you'll have bigger trouble with another 5.
Kinda.
But you have 35 or 40 states that will run education as good as Norway or Denmark, Sweden. We have some, the heads of the list are Denmark, Norway, Sweden, a few others. I think if you go to Iowa and you go to Indiana and you go to, I can name a lot of states, I think it would be almost the equivalent or maybe better. But you can't run a school system in Iowa from Washington, D.C. Yeah.
So the Gaza plan, when do you expect to announce members of the board?
And also, only in pro wrestling could you end up dating someone that you hit before you knew their name. So, I mean, we met in the ring at training and we like wrestled in the ring and kicked each other and suplex, whatever. And then, what's your name? What's your name? You know, so that's weird. Only in wrestling can a man beat up a woman and everybody's happy about it, including the woman, while cops watch. That's what a fucking weird, what a weird lifestyle.
Well, we'll do it early next year, and the Board of Peace are gonna, it'll be one of the most legendary boards ever. Everybody wants to be on it. It's mostly gonna be, I guess, you know, we weren't thinking about it that way, but they wanna all do it. Basically, it'll be the heads of the most important countries.
Mr. President.
They all wanna be on. It wasn't really planned. We thought we were gonna get very distinguished people that do that kind of thing for a living.
You know my wrestling intro? If you've been here at the beginning of my show, you'll see my intro has wrestling clips. Oftentimes in some of these clips, I'm with a young lady. Sometimes she's blonde, sometimes she's got brown hair. That's my kid's mom. Yeah.
But really, it looks like it's turning out to be, they want to be on the heads, the kings and the presidents, prime ministers, they all want to be on the Board of Peace.
Mr. President, on the video up to last night's rally, can you clarify, you have called the affordability crisis as a Democratic hoax, but you also want to make America affordable again?
No, the word that they use is a hoax, and because they're the ones that caused the problem.
Michael, what's up, Michael?
You're trying to say it a different way. Now, it's pretty simple, though, if you listen. It's a hoax where they created the problem.
Don't say it like that.
They're the ones that gave the high prices. So when they use the word affordability, they shouldn't be using that word because they're the ones that created this problem. They created the highest inflation in history, and they created the highest prices in history. And now we have to get those things down. But when they go, they look and they say affordability. They never discuss it. They just say the election's about affordability. Well,
I mean, fellas, I gotta be honest with you, fellas. You haven't lived life until you've dropped some hot chick on her head and she thanked you for it afterwards. It's a beautiful feeling. You know, DDT that bitch right on the title belt. Fuck it.
it may very well be. I think it's also about
no mercy.
You have to remember the job.
No mercy. You want to be a wrestler? No mercy. If Polly wanted to be a wrestler, shit, it would be a Polly bomb, a power.
The sad thing is, for 7 months, we've had no people come through our border. Nobody can even believe it. 0 people. And the people that do that are largely Democrats, which the people.
Nah, girls don't usually blade, man.
We've had no people.
She didn't blade. I bladed
legally.
A lot of times.
But if you take a look, and nobody wants to talk about that. In fact, last night I said, let me talk about the border. My own people told me, sir, nobody cares about the border anymore. You've fixed the problem. I said, do I get a little credit for fixing a disaster where millions of people a month would flow into our country, and from prisons and from gangs and from drug dealers and mental institutions? They say, sir, you fixed the border. Nobody cares. I say, but I care. It's sad when you fix something and then you can't even use it. You can't talk about it. My own people don't want to talk about it anymore. But very simply, the Democrats created the worst crisis of inflation that this country's ever had. And with that came the highest prices that we've ever had. And I'm fixing it.
Mr. President, has Secretary Hegseth told you why he hasn't released the video of the second strike?
No, he hasn't told me. I thought that issue was dead. You're surprised you bring it up. You must be CNN.
Lawmakers are still
Are you
talking about it
CNN?
on the Hill.
Are you CNN?
I am with CNN.
Oh, gee, I'm shocked to find out.
The lawmakers are still talking about it on the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about lawmakers. Which lawmakers you're talking about?
What does blade mean? Oh, shit. Okay. Polly. To blade is a verb. To blade means to pull a razor blade out of somewhere hidden during a wrestling match and cut yourself in the forehead with it as to cause bleeding.
I mean, the people that you work for, the Democrats. You
Did
know
I
you work
explain
for the
that good?
Democrats, don't you? You're basically an arm of the Democrat Party. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it.
That's why these fucking clowns don't scare me. I've done worse to myself. I used to beat up my closest friends, people I called my brothers, every night. We'd drop each other into pools of our own blood, thumbtacks, splintered tables for like 10 people in the crowd sometimes. If I do that to my friend, what do you think I'm going to do that to somebody who I really don't like? It is crazy. You haven't lived until you've cut yourself in the face with a razor blade in front of 1,000 people. It's one of the most insane feelings to stand up after going down, and you stand up and you have blood dripping down you and like 1,000 people go apeshit. I can't explain to you what that feels like. I don't have the words to describe it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
What, do you want to talk?
Thank you guys. Turn off the cameras. Thank you guys.
Michael Newman, that's gross. Whatever. Okay. I have quite a few things lined out, and then we'll go over to Rumble and we'll pull up some protest stuff. I think BDF Blaze has got some stuff we can watch. We will turn on the volume. We will not worry about what they say. We won't worry about the music. We will just let it play. So shout out to BDF Blaze for being cool as fuck. He's cool. He lets me use his content. No problem. What a cool guy. I've actually he's a member of the Discord. So we've had a couple meetings there, and he's a cool dude. Him and MDG Gaming. Shout out to both those guys. Or is it? Maybe I'm a slightly dyslexic, maybe. I don't know, because I can't remember if it's MGD or MDG. Is it MDG Gaming? I don't know. It's something like that. I think it's MDG Gaming, actually. Oh, Fishbox, I did a show with McFoley. I didn't do anything with him in the ring, but I was on the same MDG game. Okay. I was on the show with him. I didn't do anything with him in the ring. But I did like a fan. It was like a fan festival beforehand, and so there was a lot of like legends and people there. A lot, like 40 or 50 people from the wrestling world were there, like names and stuff. It was crazy. Okay, this is the liberal. We're kind of gonna jump around a little bit. Well, I want you to watch this. Just watch this, and we'll go from here. Okay. This is the liberal hive mind.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal
Love
Hive
this
Mind,
guy.
a channel fully
Love this
focused
guy.
on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. And of course, here's your meme of the day, brought to you by 5mind.com. You know, the mainstream media right now wants you so black-pilled. That's obviously the game. They're pushing this narrative that the blue wave is here, it's inevitable. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries have summoned a no kings blue wave that has now totally shifted the momentum. Donald Trump is finished, the GOP is cooked, 2026 is already over, just stay at home, give up, don't even try. That's basically how the mainstream media has been running. But you know what? I think we're pretty used to it at this point. They do it pretty much every cycle. 2016, Donald Trump didn't stand a chance. Hillary Clinton, 99% chance to win. Well, how wrong were they then? And boy, I'll tell you how possibly wrong they could be this time. We got a shock poll here showing this whole Democrat blue wave might actually be a Democrat mirage after all. It doesn't frickin' exist. There might be zero Democrat momentum across the country at this point. But of course, let's not just make the claim. Let me show you the data. We got some stuff to get into. So let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so we've got this shock poll here. Now, of course, I have to mention it's an outlier at this point, but it is from a credible source. It's from RMG Research. Their generic ballot data is now showing the GOP with a +4 lead ahead of Democrats going into 2026. Now, not only is that massive, but I think actually this poll is even more significant considering how early this is. Yeah, the first year of a president's term usually leads to a totally flipped narrative, a bunch of discontent and a massive wave that rises in the first midterm election. And usually around this time, we'd be seeing stuff like D plus 6 plus 8 plus 9. Not a single result within the margin of error for pretty much as far as the eye can see. Usually, as we get closer to election day, the numbers are going to get tighter and Republicans will start to get much more competitive. Well, if we're at plus 4 today, imagine where we might be after 12 months.
Do the poll.
Yeah, it seems like this whole narrative of a Democrat blue wave, well, mostly it was propped up by that $15 million in frickin' debt that they took to guarantee those 3 wins in Democrat stronghold states. In other words, the momentum, I think, is mostly astroturfed, and it's not exactly going the distance at this point. And that's usually pretty normal, because just think about how the dynamic plays, right? The new president comes in, slashes what the previous president did, applies his policy agenda, and then it takes time for that to mature. But right as you're starting to implement your agenda, there's a whole lot of uncertainty. You're at a transition period, and that's the moment where the opposition party can come in and take advantage and basically spell doom in relation to everything you're doing. But then, give it 12 months, which is where we are now, give it 16 months, 18 months. Well, if the policy decisions were solid, all of a sudden the entire political landscape changes. And that's usually why the polls tend to tighten towards the midterm, especially with President Trump, because he gets into office and it's, oh my lord, the ceiling is on fire, the roof's on fire, my green hair is on fire. And then, of course, once the boy cried wolf, once the hysteria starts to calm, the calm after the storm hits, and you see that Donald Trump's policies are actually working, well, the GOP gets a little bit of an uptick moving into the midterms. That's why there's always an early polling miss. Well, in this case, if that polling miss hits, the Democrats are screwed. I'm not saying they won't win, but I don't think they're going to be able to replicate the 2018 result that they're kind of hoping for here, especially as, well, things are kind of going well. Gas just hit under $3 nationally.
He's a badass content creator. I love this guy.
That was, of course, in the Biden administration. $2.95 now.
And that's probably the biggest news of the year, to be honest. If this trend continues, I mean, that touches absolutely everything. Imagine the economic trickle-down effect, especially when you add it all up, right? We're looking at major lows on energy costs, $12 billion from abroad coming in and investing in new factories, data centers, infrastructure projects, real investment creating quality American jobs. You got interest rates coming down, you got taxes coming down, consumer confidence is rising, inflation is being kept in check. Well, if this trend continues for the next 12 months, things are going to be looking good. The stock market's going to be booming, unless there's some black swan event, some sort of systemic financial collapse somewhere, which has not revealed itself just yet. The GOP could be in a very healthy position to mount a defense here to ward off some of this Democrat blue wave. And that's just the macroeconomic aspect. We haven't even started to touch where the Democrat party's at in terms of their abysmal sub 30% approval rating, not to mention they're pulling debt to be able to push through these special elections. Well, if the GOP actually does on-the-ground efforts properly this time, which they might be on track to do actually.
He's going to have a fun next year. But we're going to put him on the campaign trail too. Typically, just a little bit of campaign speak, if I may.
Yeah.
Typically, in the midterms, it's not about who's sitting at the White House. It's you localize the election and you keep the federal officials out of it. We're actually going to turn that on its head.
Good.
And put him on the ballot. Because so many of those low propensity voters are Trump voters.
Yes, they are.
And we saw a week ago Tuesday what happens when he's not on the ballot and not active. So I haven't quite broken it to him yet, but he's going to campaign like it's 2024 again.
Oh.
For all these people that he helps. He doesn't help everybody, but for those he does, he's a difference maker. And he's certainly a turnout machine. So the midterms will be very important to us. He'll work very hard to keep the majority.
Yeah, we can't afford to have this stalled.
No.
And one of the things I keep telling people, and I'm sure we're going to talk politics, I got to talk this. I am so frustrated with all of the people that gave abundantly to organizations like ours and others over the last 4 years to make sure that we won. And our objective was threefold. We didn't just want the presidency. We wanted the House, we wanted the Senate. And we were very strategic on where we went, how we focused to get those moms out. And now it's like they're all sitting on their laurels and going, oh, we're good. I'm like, I don't think you realize how good we aren't. And this swipe of a pen and one election can change everything.
And the majorities in both houses are so small.
Right. They are.
This is a good Senate year for Republicans. Every 2 years is what it is for House members. So there's candidate recruitment. The president started raising money for the midterms the day after the election. Good. And he's sitting on a huge war chest to help these people. And he'll use it.
Hey,
and
like
he'll
the
use
video,
himself,
subscribe
and
if
he'll
you're
use
not. Thank you. I
his
love you.
money that he's raised, probably his money too. And nobody can outwork him. So there's every reason to be confident, but we have to actually get it done.
Yeah.
They're planning on mobilizing President Trump across the country, almost as if he were on the ballot in this midterm election. And I gotta tell you, that's usually the missing factor, right? If President Trump is driving full-on near presidential turnout, well, Democrats are gonna have some trouble, especially when you consider the fact that the RNC has a big cash-on-hand advantage. The Dems are drowning in debt, they're leaderless, they're rudderless, and the GOP, well, really has an opportunity to run a seriously stellar campaign here, especially with all the meat on the bone that Democrats gave them throughout all this shutdown nonsense, Tesla protests or the Tesla arsons and attacks and riots. I mean, the constant chaos, the sabotage, the Antifa attacks on ICE, the ridiculous inflammatory rhetoric, the political assassination, violence. There is so much meat on the bone. They got the money, they got the ability to do it and get that message out there. This whole idea that the Democrat victory here in 2026 has already been foretold. Ooh, Polymarket says it's an 80% chance that they win, even though we're 12 months out here. The idea that we should just give into that narrative or that that's the gospel truth, well, I'll tell you, that's nonsense. I'm seeing it quite differently. This midterm is fully in play, and I don't think that's some crackpot theory. I think that's what the data in my analysis is simply telling me. But of course, we'll have to see, and we'll be following this path in painstaking detail throughout the next 12 months. That's what I got for you guys now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Now, if you didn't know, this is my girl, Jazzy. Jazzy thinks she's going to be in the United States Senate representing Texas. And my girl, Jazzy, well, she's wrong. So, where I live, we have a lot of people who live here in the state of Texas. And where I live specifically in Houston, we have quite a few famous people. We have quite a few celebrities. And this video is filled with them. This video is from the Cartier family. You may not know who that is, but as soon as I start playing the video, you're going to know that you've watched them before. And they live, I don't know, like 20 minutes away from me. I don't know where they live, but I know what side of town they're in. And they're about 20, maybe 30 minutes away from me. So shout out to the Cartier family. If you ever come across all this, I would love to come to your studio and be live with you on your broadcast. That would be cool as hell. I'll be the token white dude. It will be great. You need one of me to balance you out. You do. So, that would be cool. I'd be down for that. So here we go. The first time I've watched a Cartier family video on my channel, but I couldn't resist my girl, Jazzy. Jasmine Crockett, if you're out there and you come across my stream or my channel, I would like to extend this invitation to you. I am pretty much the definition of Texas MAGA. I'm a veteran, I'm armed, and I don't really like you. But I would like to give you an interview. You want to reach the other side, you're going to have to win. And it starts with me. I'll be fair and objective. And I promise you, you'll have a good time. And so will I. So, if you're down and you're really serious about running for the Senate, have your staff reach out to me and we can set something up virtually. I ain't trying to be in the same place as you. Virtually. Right? But we can make that happen. Everybody in my chat, they would love to watch an interview with me and you. Hello, Jazzy. Okay. Enough plugging my interview skills. Let's watch my girl, Jazzy.
Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett, they're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
By the way, you're not watching. I have to just tell you this. So you're like, what the fuck? You're all about to be like, what? You're not watching somebody making fun of her with doing the Trump voiceover, calling her very low IQ person. This is literally her campaign ad. You want me to back it up? Let's back it up. This is her actual real campaign ad. Her staff put this video together of her slow turning toward the camera while Donald Trump is calling her stupid. And she thinks that is going to help her win the United States Senate in Texas. Does everybody understand what the fuck I just said? So let's watch this and now watch it from the aspect and the perspective that this is her campaign ad, her official campaign ad.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? She's the new star of the Democrat Party, Jasmine Crockett. They're in big trouble.
But you have this woman, Crockett. She's a very low IQ person.
I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. Crockett. Oh, man. Oh, man. She's a very low IQ person.
Somebody said the other day she's one of the leaders of the party. I said, you got to be kidding.
Now they're going to rely on Crockett. Crockett's going to bring them back.
Stop. See? That's her actual ad. What in the fuck? You can't be serious. Seriously. That's your ad, Jazzy? If I were you, I saw that ad, I would be like, what the fuck? Is this a troll? Are you kidding me? You think this is... I would have fired everybody who made this ad would be fired immediately. Paid for by Jasmine for Texas. She paid she probably paid more money for them to make that ad than you make in 1 month. Think about that shit. Doesn't that infuriate you? The Cartier family. Hello, guys.
Oh my God, bro.
I thought she was for the star rapper.
It's interesting. You're running for Senate in Texas, and Trump won Texas by what, 13 points? Plus 13, Trump. And obviously, Texas stands by Trump. Why would you? Oh, look, 14 points. He won by 14 points. So if the people that voted for Trump in large percentage obviously support Trump, and you have a video of him calling you an idiot, why do you think that's going to get people to want to vote for you if they support the man in office?
She thinks that'll get the Trump haters, the people who hate Trump.
By the way, these guys kill the entire Democrat black vote perspective. These guys are some of the most based, good-natured. I have watched hundreds of their videos. These guys, I don't know them, but from what I can tell after watching hundreds of their videos, every single one of them has like very, very based, factual, solid points. I really like these guys a lot. They're super patriots. It would be my honor to do any sort of collaboration with them at all. They're amazing. I love these guys, all of them. If you're not subscribed to the Cartier family, it's Cartier, right? Here, I'll show you. Here it is right here. Look, 1.64 million subscribers, Cartier family. That's how you say it. So look, 6 hours ago, and it already has 65,000 viewers, right? Amazing, guys.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Amazing.
Not in Texas. That might work in California.
Yeah, that would never work in Texas.
I seen somebody ask her, so don't you think you have to get some Republican support to win this?
She said, no, we don't. So that just lets me know you're not a serious candidate.
So what is she trying to do here?
You're not, if you can't get Trump supporters to vote for you, you're not going to win.
Hold on. This might be a stupid question.
But like, what is she trying to do? I don't know.
Senator.
I know, I'm just saying, like, you know you're not going to win in Texas. So maybe this is just some type of PR move, photo op to call everybody racist.
Okay, guys, I'll admit my ignorance, I didn't know because I knew there was 2 senators, but I didn't know if it was supposed to be like one Republican, one Democrat, or if it's just who they voted.
We said that.
And it's one Senate seat open.
Yeah.
She's going to be the Democrat nominee versus a Republican nominee. Right. Then they go against each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we're saying she has no shot because look at Texas.
Yes.
So you're trying to win the whole entire Texas.
No.
Yes. Well, I mean, like, given the fact that it's the entire state, that's why people think she has a shot. But it's like, given the fact that this is Texas and she only talks shit about white people, calls them dumb, calls them racist, calls them the KKK. Then in Texas, we know that Texas has one of the largest Hispanic populations in the U.S. She said that Hispanic people that voted for Trump have a slave mentality. Then you said you don't want people that vote, you don't need people that voted for Trump in a state that Trump won by 14%. It's like, what's your plan here?
Well, she's gonna get just the minority votes, and then
she's gonna get the black woman vote for sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, if Wesley Hunt wins, she got to go against Wesley Hunt. And he gonna put that belt on that ass.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
So you think Wesley Hunt has a chance?
He's winning against Cornyn.
Y'all know who Wesley Hunt is? Y'all know who Wesley Hunt is? He looks like Bobby Lashley. Do you know who that is? Wesley Hunt. He went to West Point. Him versus Jasmine Crockett. Don't you want to? Then she can't play the black card. You know what I mean? She can't play the race card then. You don't know? Okay, I'll get a picture.
I think Cornyn's got 25%. Wesley got 50.
We need to interview him again.
Yeah, we need to do that, bro.
Anyways, this is why she won Dallas.
John Cornyn has 35%. Wesley has 50.
For the Republican.
Yes,
seat.
correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, so hey, Wesley Hunt versus Jasmine Crockett, that will be fun, bro.
We're gonna be live for that one.
Hey, I'm turned, bro.
But yeah, I mean, Dallas is pretty liberal, pretty Democrat.
So good for Sheldon. That's great news for Sheldon. And they just flipped the district. Now the black people in that district can't be upset. Now you get a black man to come represent you.
But the fact you say you don't need any Republican voters show you kind of just proved Trump right.
It just shows that she's just not serious about winning. And it's interesting because a lot of Democrats are saying the same. They're saying that this is a narcissistic, selfish, egotistical candidate and that she's unserious and can't win. Democrats all across America are saying
Democrats
that.
are saying that?
Oh, they're saying that all over Twitter. And the blacks are like, oh, you just don't
Wesley
like a
Hunt.
black woman. We ain't gonna
The
sit on
person
back of the
Jasmine
roast,
Crockett
y'all.
has to
So
beat.
Wesley is leading John Cornyn. That's big.
He makes it the type of guy he is. It makes sense that Texans people would like him.
Like I said, he looks like Bobby Lashley.
West Point,
Do you
dude,
think he
literally.
could? You think he could have did it if he wasn't bald?
That guy blocked.
Bald helps.
That guy blocked me because I asked him, in your honest opinion, what makes Jasmine Crockett a good candidate?
What did he say?
He blocked me. He didn't say shit. All I said was, in your honest opinion, what makes her a good candidate?
Typical.
Like, you can't answer the question?
How will you make voters who previously have voted for Trump, particularly given that you have been an outspoken critic and he has inserted himself, just take your campaign video as is. He has inserted himself at every turn when it comes to your commentary. How will you convert those who are supportive of him to voters for you?
Yeah, I don't know that we'll necessarily convert all of Trump supporters. That's not our goal.
Do you need to?
Our goal is to definitely...
I would venture to say that she's not going to convert one Trump support. You know what? That's a good poll. Hold on. We're going to do a poll before we continue this. Start a poll. Do you think my girl Jazzy can even convert one Trump supporter? Supporter. Yep. Do the poll. You. Alex Electric Gaming, do the poll. Griffey, do the poll. Sora AI. Oh, Sora AI. That's a good name. Polly, do the poll. Do the poll. Thank you.
talk to people. No, we don't. We don't need to. Our goal is to make sure that we can engage people that historically have not
My
been talked
God.
to, because there's so many people that get ignored, specifically in the state of Texas. Listen, the state of Texas is 61% people of color. We have a lot of good folk that we can talk to. We know that when Beto came really close, Beto, who is a progressive.
Hey guys, I live in the place where Beto O'Rourke ran. He did a campaign rally right around the corner from me, literally 10 minutes away from me at a brewery. So at an alcohol event, right? And he went there and got wasted. And you know how many people he had show up? 47. 47. Beto O'Rourke did not come close. She's a gaslighting, lying idiot.
We know that he got 65% of the Latino vote.
I can't call her the R word until Rumble.
We know that he got close to 90% or right there at 90% of the African American vote. So honestly, what we need to do is start talking to the vast majority of Texas. I think my message is very much a mainstream message. I don't know who disagrees with the fact that affordability is a real thing, except for the president, who says it's a Democratic hoax. But when somebody goes to the grocery store nowadays, whether it's in East Texas or whether it's right here in Dallas, Texas, or whether it's in Austin or West Texas, let me tell you, they are looking at those grocery prices and they are thinking we deserve better. Knowing that we do the amount of trade that we do in the state of Texas, yet right now there are these unwarranted.
Groceries came down for me. Not a lot, but a little. I'm paying less for things that before were like really, really expensive. I was like, oh shit. $9 for eggs? No. But it's coming down a tiny bit. She acting like they tripled. What the fuck? This gaslighting, this crap where they get to go online and just, on air like this and just lie. It's just, it's not fair to the dumb people who can't figure out shit for themselves and they just hear her talk like, oh,
tariff wars that is directly impacting us, knowing that we do agriculture big in Texas. We do everything bigger in Texas, but we do ag big, and understanding that we are hitting record-breaking bankruptcy filings by our farmers. Listen, my message is real simple. I'm looking out for you, your survival, and the survival of your kids.
Yeah, she has that Hillary Clinton thing where based on what kind of people she's in front of dictates her personality and her accent and everything. Tony P with a $9.99. Check out the selfie section of Discord. Okay, man. I will a little bit later. Thank you for the $10, man. Appreciate it. Does she have children? I don't know. I mean,
as it relates to affordability, being able to actually go and access healthcare, being able to send your child to school, being able to afford.
Remember that Hillary Clinton hot sauce shit where she started talking in like a Creole or like a Cajun, and then she started talking like a backwit, and then she started having like a Harlem accent. My girl Jazzy up there, she does the same thing. Hello, Jazzy. You're looking beautiful today. Man, like the gaslighting and the brain rot is just ridiculous. But like, can you imagine like her and AOC being the presidential ticket? I think it's going to be Gavin, Gavin and one of the broads. Sorry, women. I didn't mean to call them broads, but I think it's going to be Gavin and one of the fine women, either AOC or Miss Jazzy up here. I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb. You can clip this. You can remember it forever. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna do some future foreshadowing. Okay, I'm 47, right? I don't think at this point in time, being as though in 2028. The way people react to Charlie Kirk is going to be top of mind. People are going to be thinking about a lot of things that happened with Biden and then Trump and then all this stuff, right? So Trump might lose a lot of the Hispanic support because of the way ICE has been treating the situation and all the videos going out, and the narrative is wrong because they're not going after the people they think that. It's just that the narrative is wrong, and it's people like CNN and MSNBC and ABC News that keep perpetuating this gaslighting of the situation. We're just trying to get the people out of our country that Biden told to flood to the border. He actually literally said, surge to the border, the whole world, come here. What the fuck? So that's what happens when you have a president who says that. You have to get rid of these people. But the narrative is kind of really rough on ICE with the Hispanic population. So Trump might be hurting in that regards, with that. But it is I think semi-educated opinion, honestly, that the Democrats will never win a presidential election in my lifetime. I'm thinking about J.D. Vance for 8 years. And then who do we have after that? Maybe one of the other Trump, Eric or Don Jr., or maybe Mark or somebody else at that time. And then in 2044, if I'm still alive, I want you to know right now, in 2044, if I'm still lucky enough to be alive, I'm going to vote for Barron Trump. The time traveler. I am. Have you looked on YouTube? Have you typed in Barron Trump's marvelous underground journey? Have you looked at that? It's a book. It was written in the 1800s. Is the depiction of a boy named Barron and his mentor, whose name just happens to be Don. And there's a picture, like an artist's sketch of the boy named Barron. And guess who that sketch in the book written in the 1800s seems to look like? Yes, that's right. Our friend Barron Trump. And so I'm not saying that Barron Trump is a time traveler. I'm saying that there's a book written in the 1800s that seems to be about Barron fucking Trump. And I don't know how that's possible, but it's true. You can look up the whole book on YouTube. Just go look at it. Barron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. So call me crazy, but I can't see the Democrats ever recovering from the trans lunacy bullshit, the crazy, because you got to think about when you go to these college campuses and you see the IRL streams with Tommy and all this stuff, these kids, I call them kids, to me a 23, 24-year-old person is a kid. They are loony bins. They're completely wacko. Cover themselves in rainbow and pride stuff and dress like a dog and stuff. What's going to happen in 20 years from now when those people are 40? Are they going to be staring down a barrel of regret, or are they going to be even weirder? But the population, look, the weirdness was this much. And Charlie Kirk, what happened to him shrunk the weirdness because there was a small part of the Democrats that were like, y'all are laughing at somebody getting murdered? Hell no, I don't want to be a part of you. So now there's this many left. And these are the extreme. Now what it means to be a liberal Democrat, it means that you think what happened to Charlie Kirk is funny, which to me limits your humanity and limits your morals, limits your integrity, limits your own like who you are as a person. So I don't think, definitely the next election, they don't have it. And then if JD Vance does good, he'll get it for another 4. And then after that, I mean, who knows? Hey, maybe I'll run for president. I could be a president. I could run. I'm old enough. I was born here. What's the other one? You have to be born here. Oh, I'm over the age of 35. I was born here. I'm a citizen. All that stuff. I could run. I'm a little wacky. But maybe I won't be in 20 years. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
A roof over your head. If that's not, what Trump supporters want, then fine. Then
I'm not Portland Clyde. Maybe I could be President Clyde.
They absolutely won't listen to me. But I'm here for the everyday person, the person that's not the billionaire on the list that Trump has decided to take care of, but the people that he left sitting out in the cold, just like he did when he decided to be sworn in, and he decided that Inauguration Day, he would have it inside, while so many of his loyal supporters were.
I mean, obviously, if she presented this version of herself, maybe she'd actually have a shot. But given the fact that she loves to, white people this, white people that, boo-boo, okay, she's cooked. She is beyond fucking
she would
cooked.
never have a shot.
You said, she talking about, Beto got 60% of the Hispanic vote. You said Hispanic Trump supporters have a slave mentality. Why would they vote for you?
Also, in the time, hold on, but in the past election, Hispanics and blacks voted for Trump more than they've ever voted for any other Republican. So knowing that and then going out there and saying, I don't need any of the votes from those people who support Trump, then you're not.
You want to hear a hot take about the trans crap? Best I can say. And I got to be careful what I say, right? The entire trans argument, the entire situation, all of it, the entire thing would be completely fixed. Everything would make sense. Everybody would be okay with, I mean, you can't go into the other bathroom or the locker rooms or anything like that. But as far as like identifying as and the definition, blah, blah, everything would be fixed if they would just do one thing and one thing only. Change what they say about the word gender and take out the word gender and put in the word personality. If they just, my gender is fluid, I can, there's as many genders as I want it to be. Well, my personality is fluid. I can be whatever personality I want to be. That to me, I think it would make everybody happy. Because now, all of a sudden, it would fucking make sense. Oh, you have a personality of a frog. I see. You think you're a frog? Oh, that's great. We'll ribbit to you too, ma'am. Whatever. It would make sense to me then. It'd still be fucking weird, but it wouldn't be wrong. You know what I mean?
Not trying to win. You're doing this almost as a PR stunt.
Yeah,
I guess
that's what it is.
I mean, to boost your clout. Yeah, because if you know, like statistically speaking, you do need in a red state some Republicans to vote for you. So why would you say that you don't need them when you actually do need them? You know, you're not trying to win. I feel like a better answer, somebody who like really would, they would have been like, man, I want anybody to vote for me who's, you know, on my side of affordability. Like she could, if she would have said that, I feel like that would have been a better take. But that makes me think she don't even want to win.
No, yeah, I told you that, bro. Once I heard her say she didn't want Trump supporters, she doesn't need to flip them. It's like you're not a serious candidate. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting because if you have a man, if Wesley Hunt wins, you have a black man versus a black woman.
Can't say racism.
I mean, you can't say racism. Do I think that black women will support Crockett over Wesley Hunt? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think that Hispanics will support Wesley Hunt over Jasmine Crockett? Abso-freaking-lutely.
1988 was the last time they had a Democrat senator. It will never happen. I don't give a damn how she came. I don't give a damn how she came. If she wasn't acting ghetto, it wouldn't happen.
If she wasn't acting ghetto, she would have a better shot.
Well, you would have a baby.
Bro, it's Democrats in different states, people who are progressive liberals saying that she's a horrible candidate. They're on Twitter saying we're fucked in Texas. We can pull up the tweets. That's why black people, y'all are racist. We won't sit on the back of the bus for y'all mediocre white candidates.
Racist, but
what the hell are you talking about?
And I think on key issues that Texas cares about, like I know Texas would never vote for abortion. She's not with that. So just trying to flip those people is not gonna happen. Because a lot of people on both sides vote off that policy alone. People who are against it, it's like you're either very for it or very against it, it seems like.
Yo, what's up, guys? We are in Dallas, Texas today in the heart of Jasmine Crockett's district. It is rough, it is tough, it is hood, and it is foul, just like Jasmine Crockett. That's the whole persona.
Oh, it's Benny.
Tough talking, street fighting girl
What's up, Benny?
from the ghetto. That's Jasmine Crockett's entire aura. The attitude.
Looks like in the shitter to me.
The volume.
Don't tell me to calm down, because y'all talk noise and then you can't take control.
The voice.
The congressional seat is over 4 times as large as my House seat.
I'm trying to get clarification.
But there's a little problem with Jasmine. It's all a lie. She's code switching. She's a fraud. And we can prove it today. This is where Jasmine says she's from, but this is where Jasmine's really from. Welcome to St. Louis, Missouri, Jasmine Crockett's hometown. But let me show you where Jasmine Crockett's really from.
Welcome to St. Louis, specifically the Republican suburbs of St. Louis, with the mansions, country clubs, and private schools. This is where Jasmine Crockett was raised. We're talking quiet suburbs, manicured lawns, college brochures in the mailbox, and neighbors who wave when they mow the lawn.
No, come on, Jasmine. I just can't. I can't respect it, man. You see, Wesley's more
She went to a private high school, a private university, and law school. I don't like anything about the way she behaves. If she, like I said, if she presented herself like she did on TV with old girl, maybe she would have a shot. 2%. But she has no shot.
2% of a shot. 2% more of a shot.
That's what she got now, 2% shot.
Yeah, I think it'd be a long shot for this seat to be won by any Democrat.
Oh, I'm not saying she was going to win. I'm just saying she would have better chances. People would take her more serious. People across the party are saying, we're fucked. You know what? Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Y'all think I'm just talking. Let's pull up the receipts.
No, I believe you. I mean,
what does Polymarket say for who's going to win it?
Brother,
I couldn't
probably
find
100% Wesley Hunt. Man, if Wesley Hunt
It
get
says
that,
it's 75% chance.
but then we got people like Ilhan Omar going around saying all this is happening because Trump doesn't like black women. Ilhan Omar, you just got exposed for fraud. And look how Jasmine conducts her.
Did you know in the 1980s, Donald Trump had a black girlfriend? Publicly. Look it up. Don't believe me. Google it. Fun fact for you. I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
And y'all side with parties and issues that the common people do not rock with. Y'all, if we asked both of them right now, what is a woman? What would they say?
That's a great question.
And it's like,
oh yeah, that's 77. You said 77% chance.
Gas. They already pulled up the fact that gas has not been this low in 4 years. Why is she talking about affordability? Like, what?
Because that's what the politicians do.
The tariffs, girl. We literally are.
The tariffs help.
This man literally just said it might not be
Hi,
an income
Rumble.
tax.
And you're complaining.
That's why I say, is this shit just all about to demonize?
I was supposed to say Rumble a lot. Rumble.
She said
Hi, Rumble.
did say she would think about taking away income tax for black people, huh?
She
For black
did
people
say
only?
that.
She did say that.
She said he stole my trick. He did it for everyone.
Tennessee Progressive, Holy Christ, just announced and is already running on Donald Trump bad. Please, for the love of all that's holy, donate to James Tallarico.
Yeah, she did just run off of Trump bad. What are they gonna do whenever the next president, when JD steps in?
White liberal, you cannot be serious. Liberal. Oh my, look, SoFlo Democrat. Oh my God, is every Democrat in office a fucking idiot?
It seems as so. It does.
I told you, they not happy about this.
He's not.
It's good for us.
Trump is not calling you low IQ because you're black, Jasmine. I promise.
He don't call that to Wesley or Byron.
But this is what they think. We got to pull up the income tax, though, because that was the craziest shit I've ever heard. But this is what they think.
Anytime, that he sees a black woman sort of stand up for herself, that is intelligent, that is able to command respect, he wants to go after them and break them down. But he doesn't understand that you can't really bully a black woman, right? Like, we're built different.
Actually, it probably gets him weak in the knees a little bit. I think he probably likes that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't like her. Let me ask you about this because he has said
black.
just within the last few days. I don't know if you saw.
I seen one of these clowns like this go, Donald Trump, you rotten bastard, you son of a bitch. How dare you? How do you sleep at night, President Trump? And you know what his answer was? Naked with a supermodel.
News about you being, quote, taken back to Somalia I know, look, that is go back to Africa.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That kind of racist.
You've heard that, yeah.
Of course I've heard that.
Yeah.
But have you seen that moment? That where he said that? He said, I
Both
spoke to the
about
head
it
of
is
Somalia.
me.
Yes. Well, it's the irony
That's why I don't
of
have to
him,
keep posting my
saying
links.
he spoke to the head of Somalia when he continuously said Somalia does not have a leader. It's kind of actually hilarious. And then if anybody knows the head of Somalia, they know that what the president says cannot be true.
Well, he says, I spoke to the head of Somalia, and the head of Somalia said, ask her to take her back.
All right, anyways, this right here is the perfect description of the Democrat Party.
And they wonder why they're not masculine at all.
Don Lemon and Ilhan Omar and Jasmine Crockett. That's the perfect description.
That is a great description.
They suck.
They do, bro. That's why I say it's already over with. JD is winning. It does not matter who they bring out. They have no hitters.
When people come together. So I'm asking you to tune out those intrusive voices that say she can't win because she's black, because she's a woman, or because she's a Democrat.
No, it's because you're stupid. You can't win because you're stupid. It ain't got nothing to do with your color or your gender or what you got underneath your dress there. That's irrelevant. You're dumb. That's the problem.
If you believe women should be in all spaces, then I ask you to stand with me. If you believe we should be...
Your campaign launch video solely showcases the president insulting you repeatedly. Why did you choose that approach here?
If the president cannot keep my name out of his mouth, then who is it that would be better to make sure that they are in the U.S. Senate to hold him accountable? I am the one that he is afraid of. I am the one that the Republicans fear. They can say that they don't, but my governor cannot stop tweeting about me. And I know that is...
It's because you're stupid. That's the problem. Seriously, that's it. Nobody's scared of you. That's why I don't understand people claiming like phobia, right? Oh, you're transphobic or you're Islamophobic or you're this phobia. That phobia means the fear. And phobia is an irrational fear. That's the damn definition. An irrational fear of arachnophobia, of spiders. You know, like it's an irrational fear. You see a spider, and it's not just you just see a spider and you go, oh God, a spider. You see a spider and you like jump to the top of the, like on top of the table and you scream like, so you're being attacked. That's an irrational fear. Like you have like heights where you get vertigo and you're like, you can't even function. That's a phobia. I ain't scared. It's so stupid to say it's a phobia. It's not. I don't care if you're black or a woman or gay. If you're dumb, that means way more to me than all that other crap. Because I know a lot. I probably do know a black, gay, female who is smart as, let me think. Oh, I know several who are smart as hell. But I know a lot of people. I know somebody who looks just like me. Like we could be like brothers. And he dumb as shit. So I don't care what you look like, who you love, where you pee. I don't give a shit. But if you're dumb, I ain't got nothing for you. I'm the fuck away from me. Dumb is like the word. To me, dumb and being stupid and being dumb is probably, it's like in the top 3 like worst things you could be is stupid. That like murderer, SA person, things with, and then stupid. Those 3 things it's just, I can't.
Out of fear. Because honestly, if they really wanted me as the nominee,
Right.
They would be quiet and just wait and hope to crush me. But they know my strength and they know my ability to reach people that historically have not wanted to participate in politics or had just given up. And that is how we are going to win in the state of.
This is gonna be a race car with her the whole time.
But you can't do that when Wesley wins and then it's her versus Wesley.
Look, we got a black Democrat and a black Republican. Look at America.
Let's see it.
It's black on black crime for to happen.
Oh, how racist.
y'all.
Yeah. How racist is that? We got two black Americans vying for the seat in Texas. That racist Trump, how dare he do that? Allow that to happen. What a king. Oh my God. If Trump is the king, he happens to be the worst king I've ever seen him or heard of in my life. If being a king means you let judges and crap block you at every turn and you let people march through the streets calling for your head on a platter and you let people call you like Nazi and Hitler, what the hell kind of king would allow that crap to happen? Yeah, I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I hope I don't get in trouble with YouTube. If Donald Trump was a fascist dictator king, all these people saying that he is one, their heads would be on a stick at the end of the bridge, like England. Dink. Head. Hello.
Black on black crime, the kind we like, not the other kind.
That shit's gonna be the most entertaining shit ever, man.
Oh, I can't wait. So I want to know.
Show the rapper that performed at her Senate kickoff. I just sent it.
For real?
She had a rapper come out. Yeah, she had a rapper bring her out.
Yeah, well, they just don't learn, man.
Show the folks.
Bro, the Democrats had Meg Thee Stallion come out and throw ass in front of the kids.
This is gonna piss you off real good.
No, they not. Hold up. Before we play this, is this a joke or this?
No, this actually happened.
She ain't never scared and she ain't never been. Who is willing to go toe to toe?
Was that supposed to be Lil Wayne?
She ain't never scared and she ain't never been.
Beating kids, they protect folks touching them. Trump invading his own country with an army. What a joke. We remember Pearl Harbor.
Wow, I can't.
Trump invading his own nation with an army. What a joke. We remember Pearl Harbor. You cut that shit off,
brother.
Cut it off. Man, I can't.
That's just
that.
like black phone, black.
Nigga said, let me ask you a question.
No, you can't make fun of saying that.
I do say that. I'm black. Nah, guys,
The
here is
Muppet
what she
got
said.
me.
She's gonna delete income tax for black folks. They shouldn't have to pay it. They should just benefit from food stamps and all the above and not have to pay income tax.
Just this past week, I saw, I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity, and I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'd have to think through it a lot. One of the things that they propose is black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time, because then again, that puts money back in your pocket, but at the same time, it may not be as objectionable to some people about actually giving out dollars. But obviously, then you start to.
What in the fuck? What? You know what I don't understand about reparations? Here, let me say this, because I have to break up the video. You know what I mean? And get my own points here. You know what I don't understand about reparations? A few things. Number one, reparations to who? Not everybody. How do we figure out to who? And by who? I'm not that kind of white. My family is from like the Baltic region of Europe, like Eastern Europe. I'm not that kind of white. I didn't have no slaves or nothing like that in my family history. So what kind, from who? And because of who? Who in the past? Because you have to be related to somebody documented. So reparations, okay? Because of who, for who, and by who. Also, I'm Jewish. Does that mean I get Nazi reparations? And I was thinking to myself, reparations, huh? So, okay, fine. What if the answer is yes, okay? Reparations, how much is your integrity and your morals worth? Because that's what this is going to boil down to. Let's just give a big fat number that everybody would be, all the people who are getting reparations will be like, yeah, okay, that'll work. Let's say it's $300,000 per person, okay? they're not going to like what happens next. You get reparations, right? First of all, from who, by who, because of who. But if you could figure all that out, the impossible task, right? If you could figure out from who, to who, because of who, you get 300 grand. But here's the kicker. But after that, I don't ever want to hear nothing about no black racism and white people. And I can say the N word and lean into the R and everything, the whole thing. There is nothing that's off the table. We can say the thing about the little guy sitting on the porch, you know, we can say all the stuff that we nothing is off limits anymore. And no ever zero mention ever again of any sort of a racist towards black. It's all over completely. How much is your integrity worth? Because if you were going to pay me to forget about the Holocaust and forget about Nazi Germany and to forget about all that, the answer is there isn't a dollar amount associated with my integrity and my morals and my ancestry. So, like, are they all for sale? That's what they're saying. They're saying, hey, we're for sale. You can buy us. What the fuck? Isn't that kind of the problem? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
With the different tax brackets and things like that. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, we argue the reparations make sense, because so many black folk, not only do you owe for the labor that was stolen and killed and all the other things, right? But the fact is, like, we end up being so far behind, right? And so it's like, how do you bring forth people? Exactly. And so it's like,
why are you not behind? I can't hear no more of it though. But hey, black people probably don't even pay that much in taxes. No way.
That's what I was looking up.
Yeah, I think it's a stat that black people only play a certain amount.
That. She said a lot of black folks already don't.
I'm sure this is just gonna be a race card the whole entire time. They're gonna bash Trump, which they've been doing the whole time. But I don't know how you're gonna bash Wesley. But I know how they're going. What does she call him? A coon on stage?
They don't have a accurate.
She gonna say, "Shut up, coon."
About 5 to 6%, I believe.
What if she say, "Shut up, coon"? Michael Jordan.
That'd be crazy. That would be
oh
crazy.
My gosh, man.
What's up with Carmelo Anthony, man?
I've been thinking about that a lot. We ain't heard nothing about Carmelo Anthony or Jeffrey Epstein.
Now that second one, we're not going. It will never be released. My prediction. Big Wesley, man, bro. This dude, I know I tell the story all the time, bro, but it's crazy. This dude Wesley shook my hand so hard, bro. I've never, like, y'all, I'll be in the weight room. He shook my hand so hard, I was squeezing his hand as hard as I could, but he was stronger than me. I'm not gonna lie.
It's that arm is strength.
He said, "How's it going, young man?"
Strong.
I said, "Oh shh."
Think they gonna choose somebody with eyelashes over the army, man? Come on, man. Let's be for real.
Jasmine Crockett's been making a lot of news. She's a Democrat, represents southeastern part of Dallas, Texas, your home state. She revealed this when she found a job in the legal world. This is how she described it in her own words. I'll go ahead and play it and get your reaction.
When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, "Listen, you should hire me." He said, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm black." Charlie looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, "Let me tell you something. When I walk in, I'm going to walk in with a level of rapport and understanding that maybe some of my other colleagues will not." Charlie offered me my job, and I worked my butt off, and I worked really, really hard for all of my clients, not just those that look like me. And that is what it looks like to serve.
Maybe in the end she was qualified for that job. What do you think of that story and the way she recalls it?
Well, you can't have it both ways, and Jasmine and I just don't see the world the same way. I don't want to walk in a room and get a job because I'm black. I want to walk in a room and get a job because I'm qualified, because I am educated, because I have hard work, grit, determination, because I believe in this country. That's why I am a United States congressman in a white majority district that President Trump would have won by 20 points, and I just won by 27 points. And the reason is because of this. I am literally living Dr. Martin Luther King's dream by being judged not by the color of my skin, but by the content of my character. The people in my district don't see color. They see somebody that's going to represent this district to the best of their ability, regardless of what they look like. I never want to be demeaned for what I have done and the sacrifices that I have made for this country just because of the way I look. I want to be hired because of my acumen and my ability, and I'll end with this. I see myself as an American. I'm a proud husband.
Don't worry about that.
Father.
That was
I am
nothing.
a veteran. I am an educated man. I am a follower of Christ, and I'm also a black man. I am very proud
That
of
was
it.
a screen being on. I didn't know I was on. Don't worry about that.
Because the number one thing
That was
for
nothing.
me is
Okay?
being an American, and I love all my fellow Americans regardless of race, religion, color, or creed, and we all should be treated fairly. Nobody wants a job based on the way they look. They want a job based on their abilities.
After that, I mean, the race is over. I promise you, guys, before I was even into politics or anything like this, I would have heard that and then that, and I'd have said, man, I'm voting for this nigga, man.
Wow, guys.
I rock with Wesley Hunt, man.
Me too, bro. He's
I love
funny
everything
dude.
he stands for, man. He's a real American.
He's cool, bro.
And he's also from Texas. He's a
West
real
Point
Texan.
running back.
He's a real Texan.
That's interesting,
Think
Polly.
about where we are in today's time, guys.
Who's better to represent Texas than someone from Texas?
A running back from Texas.
Two black people finna go head to head in
For the
Texas.
Senate. Yep.
In Texas.
In
One of
Texas.
the most racial states it was.
Well, yeah.
So like, come on, man. You still cry. Why do people still cry about racism?
I'm oppressed.
Like they're literally electing black people, and then you're gonna cry about racism. It's like I can't even. How does and then the majority of the country is?
I don't know who that is.
color,
Sheepdog Neon.
white.
Who is that?
So why are you going against the people?
Caroline
that's gonna vote for
Bouvier
you? Is that
Kennedy. I don't know who that
That's what I
is.
said at the beginning. She don't care about winning as a PR stunt. She gonna go and she gonna lose.
Do y'all even care about winning?
That's my
I don't
question.
think so, bro. I don't think so, man.
Wesley,
I really don't.
hey, I rock with Wesley. Let's do it. Let's do something. Let's get Wesley on again
Yeah,
before
right.
this.
After hearing that, man, my boy might be vice president or something out there, man.
One
I
day.
don't know Marco Rubio. Maybe
Him and Byron gonna be the governor of Florida though.
Hey man, we getting some black people up in some good seats, man.
I'm telling you,
Then they getting elected in New York, Booker, and all that. There's a lot of black people, man.
It's a lot.
Why are we still crying about race?
They said Cory Booker gay. That's what word on the street is. That's allegedly.
He was crying.
Allegedly.
He was
I
crying.
didn't allege it, y'all.
He was crying while he was in the Senate.
He did just get married to a woman though.
Oh, then
they saying it's fake
he
though.
should be good.
That's what they saying though. Allegedly, that they say.
We're going to shift right now to an update from Tom Holman. I told you guys I have a lot of stuff planned. We might get to a space. We're going to get to BDF plays. Let me check. Yeah, we're going to get to BDF plays. We're going to get to all the. Yep, we are. We're going to get to. We're going to go to Rumble. But we got a few more things to take care of, okay? I want to get through like all the content. I had things planned, and I want to make sure that I hit it, you know? It's really important that I hit all the stuff that I had, you know? For me, it is. So I feel like I did my part in putting together a solid show. Let's now shift gears and let's get an update from Mr. Tom Holman.
We're using the investigative cases that we've built on these individuals in that area to go out and after the worst of the worst. We're going after people who've committed robberies, assaults, DUIs, getting them off the streets, keeping people safe. That is exactly what the leadership in the city should be partnering with us on and what the governor should be as well.
So that from last night, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem with Jesse touting a successful immigration crackdown in Charlotte, North Carolina, despite ramped up resistance from protesters like scenes here. So that was on Sunday, happened at a construction site. Demonstrators following agents hoping to derail Operation Charlotte's Web, as it is called. Still, it resulted in 130 arrests in only 2 days. White House border czar Tom Holman's with me now. Sir, welcome back. Good morning to you from the North Lawn at a very busy White House today. Here is Alma Adams, represents North Carolina. Democrat says they don't want you there. Go ahead and roll this.
Total disregard for the citizens, the people, those of us who represent Charlotte. So I'm not surprised that they did not coordinate. Border Patrol did not coordinate with. They want to come in, they want to sneak in. Well, they said they were coming. They just didn't tell us what they were going to do, where they were going to be, and that kind of thing. So we really did not have, and that's why citizens are up in arms.
Go ahead and answer that, Mr. Holman, sir, if you could. She says total disregard for the people of her community.
No, she needs to understand we're enforcing the law. I mean, what other federal agency does she think should not enforce laws? We're taking public safety threats out of her community every day, which makes her community safer. You think she'd be hand in hand with us and thanking President Trump for focusing on the worst of the worst, prioritizing those public safety threats, those child rapists.
What's up, Tin Man?
And others. So we're going to keep doing it. She can dislike it all she wants. We'd like her to be a partner and come and work with us on it, but if she doesn't want it, stand inside and watch us do your job.
In Charlotte, that operation continues in Charlotte, right? You're still operating there?
Yes.
Okay. Chicago's been an issue. I know you're well aware of it. We just put up some numbers from Houston, Texas. I just want to go back to that because during the government shutdown, this did not get a lot of attention. The numbers have...
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is why I put this on my show. Look, it's where I live. It's Houston, Texas. You're going to see how well ICE has been working in my city. We have in Houston, you might not realize this, but our mayor is a liberal. And it has been a liberal for several years. Our last mayor was Sylvester Turner, and now we have a white guy who's a liberal. So I live in a blue city, but they play ball. They play the game they're supposed to play with the Trump administration. They don't fight with them. And look what's happened in Houston.
However, are staggering, all right? The mayor in Charlotte's a Democrat. The mayor in Houston's a Democrat. Is the mayor in Charlotte cooperating? Or are we seeing numbers the way we are in Houston because there is cooperation from that mayor in Texas?
No, what happened in Houston was a fantastic operation. I actually went out there and kicked that operation off. And I mean, the first day, I can't tell you how many child rapists. I mean, the worst of the worst to me is a child rapist. How many of them we arrested the first day? I think 9 were arrested the first day.
That's crazy. In my city?
Republican or Democratic city, we're going to force our laws across this country and take those public safety threats off the street, Bill. But I'll say this, I've said it from day one. Sanctuary cities, we're flooding the zone because we know they're releasing public safety threats into communities every day. That's where the biggest problem is, and that's where we're sending the majority of the agents.
Okay, let me ask you this, the distinction between San Francisco and some other cities. Apparently, a lot of local leaders in San Francisco approached the administration and said, we can do this on our own, we can do it a better way. There's now reporting that New York City will make a similar appeal. What do you know about that?
Well, I can tell you that President Trump and me talked about San Francisco, and I actually spoke to the mayor of San Francisco, and he goes, look, let my law enforcement, my leadership, let us see what we can do within our own government agencies here, and give us a chance. And you know what? He stepped up, and much of his law enforcement is doing the right thing. Even though they're sanctuary city, they're taking some actions against the worst of the worst. We'll see it, we'll monitor it, and as I talk to the president, we'll monitor the success. If we think we need to go in, then we'll have a discussion about going in. But New York City, I plan on being in New York City in the near future. We're going to do operations in New York City. We know in New York City, me and Mayor Adams at one point had an agreement to let ICE into Rikers Island so we can arrest the public safety threats and the safety and security of that facility. But the city council shut it down. So we're going to be coming to New York City. We're already there now. I mean, teams are there now. But we will increase the enforcement presence in New York City, again, because they're a sanctuary city, and we know we have an issue there with public safety threats hitting the street every day.
With that answer, is there a distinction between what's happening in San Francisco and what can or will happen in New York?
We'll see. I mean, I think the president said last night, if the mayor of New York City wants to come and talk about making the streets safer, open up for discussion. I'm willing to meet with anybody. President Trump's willing to meet with anybody. But let's get together and work it together. We'd much rather work with these sanctuary cities than keep, putting our agents at extreme risk, going out in the community and arresting public safety treatment. They could have arrested them in the safety and security of a jail. So we welcome any conversation. But if they don't want to assist, they want to keep, pushing back and impeding our efforts, then we're going to just send more teams there. We're going to flood the zone.
Last question here. Apparently an illegal alien from Uzbekistan was arrested driving an 18-wheeler in the state of Kansas. Illegally entered in February of 2023 and wanted in his own country for belonging to a terrorist organization. What do we know about this, or what do we need to know about him?
Bill, you and I talked the last 4 years. I've done your show, a million times. I said the Biden administration was lying to the American people, and they said everybody they released in the country was properly vetted. They weren't. I talked to several whistleblowers, and Border Patrol said they were forced to release people quickly so there wasn't overcrowding, so they can say nothing to see here, no, border secure. They released them before vetting even came back from the FBI. And as you know, most terrorists in this world, you can't find in any database unless they're on the battlefield and had a retina scan done by DOD, unless they're part of a T3 investigation. We don't know who all the terrorists are. That's why they should have detained them as required by federal law. Federal law says,
10 man, it's all of the above.
Documentation. You
It's
shall
all that.
be detained. Not maybe, not think about, not releasing.
Oh, there's no strobe light. It's just a
you
candle.
You shall be
See?
detained, and that's what President Trump's doing. Most secure border in history of the nation right now because we're following federal law.
Okay, Tom Homan, we will speak again. The borders are at the White House. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm Steve Ducey.
Lindsay, it was a chaotic scene. ICE agents and bystanders yelling at each other in the street. At one point, we're told ICE agents went inside a building, but came out without any.
I told you I had a lot of stuff planned.
Close contact here.
Hello, teaspoon.
So as expected, operations are ramping up in Minneapolis, and protesters are starting to push back.
And that's why he's pepper spraying people, is because he wishes that he was 6'5", but he's not. You know, most normal people just.
Now, in a totally different event, also in Minneapolis, ICE agents were also trying to conduct another operation where an ICE watcher actually got arrested.
Susan Tincher says she was there to observe ICE in the neighborhood and gather information.
Yeah, so she's being charged with obstruction. But we're gonna cover what's happening in Minneapolis currently. And you'll notice in a lot of these videos, it's starting to resemble what we saw in Chicago. This progression of the whistles, the honking of the horns, surrounding federal agents, and eventually people getting pepper sprayed and the use of tear gas. So we're gonna dig into these recent events. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as
True,
well.
teaspoon.
And I think people want to see what's going on right now in Minneapolis.
True.
It is really starting to ramp up.
It was a chaotic scene. ICE agents and bystanders.
Go follow my
yelling
buddy
at each
Teaspoon,
other in the
okay?
street. At one point, we're told ICE agents went inside a building, but came out without anyone being detained.
For Clyde soon. Oh, hey, Jim Joe, thank you, bud, for the $5. Thank you.
6th Street South Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some lights. I'm gonna get some cool stuff.
Going through this in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Okay, before we watch the raw footage, let's talk about the context. ICE agents were conducting a routine operation in the area of Riverside, Minneapolis. Now, we're being told by a city councilor that a 20-year-old man was detained by ICE and eventually was let go after showing his passport. Now, as Homeland Security was trying to leave the area, this is what happened.
Vagina candles.
So there's short stack. That is,
Fuzabot is my auto mod.
He's
You
a
know,
tiny little guy,
you talking to my bot?
and that's why he's pepper spraying people, is because he wishes that he was 6'5", but he's not. You know, most normal people just find like a hobby or something that they're good at, like, I don't know, chess or pool, some sport. Not this guy. He joined DHS so he could pepper spray people. He's upset. Yeah, this is Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the Cedar Riverside neighborhood. I'm gonna follow him just because he's spray happy.
Now, it's hard to tell, but a lot of pepper spray is being sprayed currently. I also want to point out it's being reported that this was a spontaneous group of protesters who happened to be here because ICE agents were reported to be in the area and they were asking for the identification of people in the area.
I think that's
also want
gross.
to point out there are people with whistles in the background. And one thing we do know is that when you hear whistles in the background, that's typically distributed from an organization who's involved with like anti-ICE or anti-ICE protest. We see that a lot throughout the country.
It's organized morons, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. I think this is the last car that's trying to get out. But yeah, as you can see, they just left their buddies here and just like took off. There's no loyalty. It's kind of crazy. Just gonna leave your buddies here.
That's crazy. What good friends, right?
Now, we also have to remember the Minneapolis Police Department said, we're not going to be helping with
Holly, your
anything
state is
deportation
fucked.
operations. So what you're seeing right here, this is a Homeland Security agent having to conduct roadway operations, trying to block off the roadway. But this is exactly what we saw in Chicago. I mean, as you guys know, Chicago had a very hard stance of, we're not going to be involved with deportation operations. But that also went as far as traffic enforcement. So these are agents who are deep into the city of Minneapolis trying to conduct their operations, and they're not getting any help, and they're most likely not going to get any help because that's what the mayor said and the police chief.
Oh, what's up, Scuba Steve? In the house.
Watch out, watch out. Sorry, man.
Now that person just got pepper sprayed right there. And they were told, it looks like, to please back up. I mean, watch right here. Watch right here.
Watch out. Sorry, man.
I don't know if you caught that, but they definitely got pepper sprayed.
You guys are pussies, Mason. People in the lead. Almost. Next time, learn how to use your weapons, sweetheart. Idiot. Oh, here's a drive-by spraying.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this. I mean, I'm still waiting for a lot of the comment from the mayor or from the police as to whose fault would this be? Is it Homeland Security who's conducting their operations lawfully going through the city? Or is it the protesters who showed up and are also getting involved here? Again, I'm just trying to show you guys the raw footage so you can come to your own conclusion. And even if you don't like Homeland Security, I mean, you can judge for yourself. This is the raw footage. So make sure to please leave your comments down below and let's continue. And just so you know, we are sourcing this footage from Kim Katie USA on X. Make sure to go give her a follow. She is a friend of the channel, and she helps out a lot with these investigations we conduct on my channel. So go give her a follow, Kim Katie USA on X. Thank you for the clips. Now, in this clip, you'll actually see how up close and personal
He never shouts me out on his channel. What the fuck?
I mean, we can just start right here. This person is walking up, trying to get the faces of the agents and going straight to the license plates.
Can you see that right now? Look at this guy. We got you, dude. We got you.
And he's saying, we got you, we got you. But what do you mean by that? Is that a threat? What exactly is going on? Is this data gathering? Again, we are in the beginning stages of the unfortunate probable future we're going to see here, where we are seeing clashes between protesters and federal agents. And look, as somebody who's been covering this stuff every single day, Chicago, really, they are the ones who have developed this entire community of anti-ICE protesters, where they just know where to show up. There are whistles everywhere. There are live streams, and more people show up. It looks like that's what we're starting to see in Minneapolis. Again, we don't want this to happen. We don't want clashes. We don't want violence, but unfortunately, it looks like we might head in that direction.
You are terrorizing terrorists! Fucking terrorists! Terrorists! Terrorists!
And remember, there are no local police. This right here is the complaint from the Trump administration that, look, if you're not going to have any local police here, if you're just going to leave it up to the ICE agents, what do you think is going to happen? So again, keep that in mind. That is a very big part of this. There's no local police. What we saw in Portland is as soon as the local police started to get involved with the ICE clashing and the federal agents, we are pretty much not seeing any clashes whatsoever. The local police have started to enforce a lot of things going on in that area, but there's no enforcement here. It's up to ICE now.
What's up? What's up, McGinnis?
And this guy is saying you're messing with the wrong people and the wrong community. Again, what does he mean by that? Are these threats? Like, what is going on here? You can leave your comments down below how you feel about this. And by the way, I have no idea if these people even know what's happening here. We don't know what the mission is at the time that this is being filmed, and a lot of these are live streams. And I didn't show you guys the comments, but in a lot of the comments in the live streams, people are asking, where do I go? Where do I show up? And people were also advocating in the comments to throw things.
Clyde's house smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. That's wonderful. I will accept $5 for saying that to me. That's acceptable. Anybody else who would like to tell me what my house smells like for $5, go right ahead, please. Please. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're gonna pay me for that? No problem. We're good. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. My mama did not raise a fool.
And by the way, it sounds like his microphone may have blown out because as I'm watching this live, I'm having to
I am a lot of things. I talk too much.
In the background, and
I'm sort of an
This is as
asshole.
loud as the video will get.
But I'm not stupid. I should start a business. Come insult me with a super chat. I will read it and thank you.
Oh, he perpetrated us. He perpetrated me. Idiot. He perpetrated me.
Oh, by the way. We are going to be like last weekend, me and Prank and Ramsey or Prince Ali, right? Along with a few other random people, we played Warzone on stream on like Saturday morning. We're gonna be doing that again. So if you're a viewer, right? If you don't have to be a member or anything. If you play Warzone, Call of Duty, and you have a microphone that works, and I don't have to listen to your game through the speaker because you don't know how microphones work. If you have that where it sounds good and you're decent at the game, get with us and we will add you and you will be on mic and you will be on the stream, and we can play some Warzone together. So if you're interested in that, there is no like tryouts or anything like that. If you're interested and your mic sounds good and you know how to play Warzone and you want to play with us, we will do a rotate. We have a lot of people who are interested. We'll do a rotation and everybody will get a chance to play with a couple rounds with us. Okay. So yeah, Black Ops 7, Warzone. So if you're interested, just shoot me a message on X or something like that and tell me what your name is on the game, and I'll add you as a friend. And there is no tryout. I'm not going to be playing a game with you first and checking your stats. I don't give two shits. All I need you to do is have a microphone that doesn't sound like shit. If you can do that, I will play the game with you on stream. If we lose, I will also blame you and your shitty ass skill level. However, it's not a prerequisite to come play with us. I will never blame myself for losing the game, as it will always be your fault. If you can handle that, I win 9 out of 10 games that I play. It's a fun time. Ramsey's pretty good. Prank thinks he's pretty good. You know, it's a good time with friends. All jokes aside, it's a fun time with friends and you'll have a good time, okay? So just let me know if you're interested in that. Sacred Terra, I don't know. That's his name. Prince Ali. Ramsey is his real name. Like he has another name that says Ramsey.
Okay, so you guys can leave your comments down below how you feel about this. Let me know what your reaction is. Again, I actually can't find that many reactions from Homeland Security. They have not really made a comment on this. All we're hearing from is really that city councilor I mentioned, where the person was detained and then let go after showing his passport. Now, moving on to this next story. Again, a separate operation, but also in Minneapolis. A woman was detained by ICE, and apparently she's being charged with obstruction.
Woman detained by ICE at a separate scene early Tuesday morning is now telling us what happened. So this is video from North 21st and Oliver Avenue in North Minneapolis, where you can see her there in handcuffs on the ground. Susan Tincher says she was there to observe ICE in the neighborhood and gather information when this happened.
I approached an officer and asked what they were doing and if they were ICE, and she yelled at me to get back, and I stood my ground. I just stood there on the sidewalk, and other officers came up.
Are you bitching about my mic, Brandon?
Ground, tightly handcuffed.
Tincher says that she
me or the guy with the hold on. I need some excitement. Who are you? Whose mic you bitching about? Me? Or the guy with the kryptonite? Me or Teaspoon? I'm me. I'm Climatics, but that guy right there, that's Teaspoon. That's Kryptonite Man. So which one? Me or him? Oh, okay. Oh, that's Teaspoon. Not yours. Yeah. It might be a little echoey. You know what I mean? Hey, it's Teaspoon, you know? He's in a basement. That's why. Well, there's an echo, Rob, because I just moved in and I don't have a lot of things on the walls yet. That's why I do have a rug down there. I got a rug, but I need to put things on the walls and more shelving and then furniture stuff in here. And then it's a work in progress. It just happens to also be Christmas time and the holidays, so I can't spend just thousands of dollars on myself right now and ignore another person that is requiring some gifts, if you know what I mean. So, you know, one thing at a time.
She'll be charged with obstruction, ICE has not responded.
Now, it's not too often you have somebody completely admitting I am
Okay,
an ICE
good, Brandon.
watcher,
Brandon,
I'm
I was
here
just
to gather
making sure.
data, and
I
then
wasn't
she gets
talking shit. I
charged
was
with
just making
obstruction.
sure you were
I
good.
don't know how much
I
this
care
news
about.
segment is going to help
I care
her,
about you
considering
and
the
your
news and
enjoyment of the
herself, they
stream.
both are admitting she was there for the sole purpose of inquiring and asking and gathering data, but we have some raw footage of the event.
Jose Amo, what's your name? Oh, you got it?
Rapid Response. Did you guys hear that in the background? She's a part of Rapid Response.
Okay.
And that is not a government ICE agency rapid response team. We're talking about advocacy groups or protesters developing their own rapid response for when ICE is in the area.
I recognize it's hard to convey what you mean with like one line of text. So I hardly ever just jump to the conclusion that somebody's like talking about me or being weird or whatever. It's always a context issue. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, I was right to question it. You know what I mean?
What you're doing is illegal.
Why are you arresting her?
Y'all two are gonna hop in the barricade.
And now people are asking, hey, did they just arrest an American citizen? Again, this is very common. Whenever we see reports that an American citizen has been arrested, you really have to make sure you do your investigation into that. Because ICE agents, they really try not to arrest American citizens. It is a major pain in the butt. First off, they're not even supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to be arresting illegal immigrants. So whenever an American citizen gets arrested, I mean, that's a lot of red flags. That either means ICE agents are doing something they're not supposed to be doing, or they are arresting you because you were doing something you were not supposed to be doing, which is why we always watch the raw footage and we try to bring all the context together. And remember, she was charged with obstruction. And here we go, another whistle, just adding to the data and evidence of what we're seeing here. It's not like people are just walking around with whistles in all of these sanctuary cities. Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about that clip. Now, in this clip, I'm gonna show...
Sheepdog Neon. Thank you. I normally would never have checked something like that during the stream and been quite irritated that that was a request of me to do during my stream. However, what you said was very, very important for me to know, and I'm glad I checked it, and I appreciate you sending me that. Courtney, what's up? Long time no chat with. How you doing? Long time no see, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, Sheepdog Neon, I really appreciate that. I will let it be known that that's going on. I will not say it on stream, just in case. So we don't, you don't want to, and I would imagine that's why you sent me a private message. You don't want to show your hand while you're playing for money. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I get you. I will let it be known. Okay. Thank you very, very much. That was really, really good of you to divulge that information to me. Kudos. Thank you very much. Good job.
You guys, this is somebody who was following Homeland Security and they eventually catch on. And this is in the Minneapolis area once again.
It's T-Sply. I'm watching his video. He's a friend of mine. I have absolute permission. In fact, he wants me to watch his videos on stream. So it's all good. I have his permission. I'm good, Courtney. I'm moved, as you see. I got myself a house. Everything's good. It's been great.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we need support over by the Menards. We have ICE on us.
I mean, I can't believe a lot of this stuff we see.
No, Sheepdog Neon, you are completely in the right.
I need support. I need
yeah,
support.
that was very appropriate.
All these clips together, you can really start
do.
to form a picture of what we're seeing here and how seriously organized these
Really?
people really are. We're talking about I need support in this area because ICE caught me. Who's going to help her out? I have no idea. I don't know who this is. I know nothing about them. But what I do know is when you piece everything together, from the whistles to the rapid response comments to the I need help, I mean,
And it's not a stream, it's just a video. He hates streaming, by the way. He don't like stream. That's annoying.
Now, if she is going backwards and she was supposed to be going forwards, would the Minneapolis Police Department, like pull her over and say that you're breaking traffic violations? Or would this technically be an involvement with deportation operations? I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea because we have yet to see really any clip where there is the involvement of the police department helping out with situations like this. Again, all of this really seems to just be up to Homeland Security having to make the traffic violation stop or detaining the person and telling them, you're driving backwards on an American roadway. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really tried my best to try and be as fair as possible, bring all of the pieces of the puzzle together, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you. With the Minneapolis story, we're really only getting two sides here. One side is saying we don't like ICE, and then the other side is saying we're not leaving. It's hard to find the middle ground, so when we take these two extremes, again, I'm really trying to piece everything together from both sides. So I'm doing my best. Please leave your comments down below how you feel about anything we just watched.
Just stand by. I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Rumble time. It is time for the after hours part of the show. I've been dying to say the R word for like 2 hours now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get it going and get in there and have a little fun in the space. I won't be on all night long. However, I have several things we can put up and we can show you here if I can figure out how to do this. All right, we got that going here. We're going to join the space, guys. We're going to join the space, right? Oops. I just screwed up. Hold on. We're going to do it. We're going to join the space, right? But we're also going to do something else too. Not only are we going to join the space, we're going to stop the stream on YouTube. So let me pin the actual stream. I'm going to remove this link right here at the top, and I'm going to pin the actual stream on Rumble. So if you click on this link at the top, it will take you directly to the Rumble stream. I have 41 viewers over there. I got 147. We should have 180 something viewers. I know we're going to lose a few of you. If you don't know, Rumble is exactly like YouTube. Exactly. Except for three major things: freedom of speech, better video, better audio. I can say what I want. It doesn't matter what anybody has the freedom on the space to say whatever they want to say. You can say the R word. You can say anything about an apple or a banana that you want to say. We're also going to do this too. Watch this. We're also going to do here, and we're going to do this, and this is our friend over at BDF Blaze. We're gonna, don't worry, Blaze, I'm gonna put your thing, your little at on. I will, don't worry, relax, Blaze, just give me a second to do it. I'm gonna it's here, it's on Rumble. You already know about the Rumble, so I'm gonna change this to the Blaze, right? At BDF Blaze. Boom. See, Blaze, I got you, bro. I'll just, I'll put it right here in the bottom, right? Well, I don't want anybody to think that that's me. So I'm just going to, I don't want to cover up what you're showing. I'll just put it in, like in the bottom here, maybe. Oh, perfect. Wait, I can put it here. How about this? I'll put it like right there. That way you can see what the other ones are. Right there. All right. So then we'll make the space bigger. Oops. And how many times did I say not? Okay. All right, and I need Spin City News to call my cell phone right now. Can Spin City News please call my cell phone? Thank you. And don't jump on me as soon as I join the space. You got to give me like a minute or two to get everything set up, okay? So seriously, don't jump all over me as soon as I enter, please. Play recording. It's over? Are y'all really done with this? All the rabbit holes. Play recording. Wait. I am not going in Pam Tifa's space. Guys, I thought we were doing a space. You're killing me. Really? Is it her space? Nope. I don't have permission. Hold on. Let's just full screen this for right now. I know we'll get the space going, okay? We will get the space going. Tommy has been on vacation with his wife, but he quite possibly will be back tomorrow. I need to find a good space because I'm streaming, guys. It's extremely rude. Even Pam Tifa, honestly, I would never go into her space when I'm live unless I spoke to her and got permission. I think that's not okay. Play recording. You sent me that. I said I was coming and then you closed the space. Let me see here. MDG get Spin City News. There we go. Hold on. Is it just starting? Wait. Great. There we go. Okay. I think we got it now. You gotta give me a second though. Don't jump all over me. Hey, I need Spin City News to call my cell phone. I'm not joking. It's important. It's an important situation. I'm not joking. I need Spin City News to call my damn cell phone. That's bullshit because you can't see the Blaze part. You know what? I'm just going to put Blaze right here in the damn middle. And you're just going to have to see it. Right there. Boom. Done. All right. And then the space. Yep. Here's a space. Seriously, you got to give me a second. Yeah, you got to give me a second. All right. There's 85 people over. There's 111. Okay, so a lot of you have already gone. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to start the after hours mature part of the program. I will not be taking anything off. Sorry, Polly. Maybe my hat. The only thing I'll take off is my cam, okay? I'll take the camera off. We're going to be doing a space with some friends, with some of you. I see Greg, Spin, Rocco. Okay, Freedom Compass. Okay, good. A lot of friends. So please, we're going to end the space. I'm sorry. We're going to end the stream on YouTube right now. Please come over to Rumble. We are live right now on Rumble. You can move right there. The link to the actual stream is pinned in the chat. It's just Rumble Climatics. There's no TV, just Climatics, okay? If you get confused, ask somebody on X or somebody like Polly or somebody with a green or blue name. They will help you. We'll see you over on Rumble for the after hours, guys. But for now, thanks for watching over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And good night, YouTube. I hope you had a nice G-rated show with me. Thank you very much. Peace. Time for Rumble.